just entered 1000 Watt Radio. You entered the room, hit the like button. If you digging what you hearing, subscribe.
And if you really want to help me out, like I said before, like it, and leave a comment. Help your boy get into the algorithm.
When you drop in, you'll hear tracks like this. 1000 Watts Radio.
Welcome to Red Lipstick Vibes, where the vibes are always positive. Now, child, listen, there's a little disclaimer, okay? All views and opinions are not the views of the host. This is a space for all to share their views respectfully and on topic, baby. If you are triggered or bothered by someone's opinions or thoughts, address them directly. Do not come for me, child. There is no censorship here unless you are targeting someone personally with the intent of being messy and rude. Let me be clear. We are here to understand all thoughts, views, and address the topics or questions that are being asked. I want to keep the conversation going to gain understanding from all men and women, respectfully. Now, let's start the show, baby.
Straight out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Boy for your DJ. CEO made the beat.
Lipstick Vibes Super Sunday.
Let me just say that I am a very beautiful person. I'm sweet and intelligent and funny and awkward. And I just had to say that. Only because I'm a little tired of this stereotype about the angry black woman, whoop-de-doo, right? Because as you can see, I am black and a woman, and I'm not angry at all. Hell, I'm pissed the fuck off. I'm mad as hell. I'm so mad. I'm getting ready to break my foot off in everybody's ass.
Don't call me a strong black woman. Stop calling me a strong black woman. Don't call me a strong black woman. Stop calling me a strong black woman. Yes, I am a woman. Just so happen to be classified as black. Yes, I am strong, but please refrain from calling me a strong black woman.
I don't want to be a strong, independent woman no more. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Y'all women on Al Gore's internet talking about, I don't need a man for nothing. Girl, you ain't that Rose. I don't care.
I did not ask for the weight of the world on my shoulders, but I have no choice but to bear it. It is a costume and I am forced to wear.
It's a scam that's become so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scam anymore.
The I'm an independent, strong black woman, I don't need no man narrative is a scam. Here's why. Society has conditioned us to believe that we don't need anybody, we don't need any support, and we can do it all on our own.
Because I am the volunteer backbone. Whiplash tracks of footmarks on my neck because I just keep being stepped on. Alarm clock snooze multiple times because I'm so overslept on. The strong black woman button just keeps being pressed on. You are oppressing me with your words. I must admit, a strong black woman, I am unfit. Every other race of women are just women. Why should I take it as a compliment?
I don't need a man. I'm a strong, independent woman.
Strong tends to correlate with masculine. So strong that it intimidates you. Sorry, I didn't mean to upstage you.
So do you think that black women are too masculine?
To what? I think we're forced to be masculine.
Why y'all forced to be masculine?
Because 9 times out of 10, we by ourselves, so.
Why do you think that black women are by themselves more likely than like other females?
Because we take care of our shit. Like, we don't got really time to be outside. You know, we running away from our shit tonight, but we don't normally get to get outside.
Those days are dead and gone. A black womb that brings forth black life has the nerve to tell a woman how to be a woman or wife. Do not call me a strong black woman. Stop calling me a strong black woman.
Tell people all the time, like when they're like, oh, you're so strong. And I'm like, but I have to be. I don't want to be like, I want to be fragile. And people see it as a weak word, but think about it. When something's fragile, you treat it more with care. You're very careful. You're, like, treat me like I'm fragile because I can break too. And people are so used to me being so strong and so independent that they usually don't check on me. If I do have an issue and I happen to voice it, like, oh, you're fine. Like, they brush me off. Or it's kind of like, Shakira, you always figure it out.
Hey everybody. Oh, there y'all go. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Welcome to Red Lipstick Vibes, where the vibe is always positive. How y'all doing on this wonderful Sunday? It's Super Sunday, y'all. How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all put a chat on what? I was about to do it again. Can you put a 1 in the chat? If you can hear me loud and clear. Do I need to turn my mic up or anything? Let me know. In the meantime, make sure y'all hit that like button, all the other good stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in. Take Heed is in the house. Miss She said TC Top Cat is in the house. Hey guys, thank you for coming through. If anyone want to come up and join me, the link is at the top. Dr. Steele. All right, okay, good. Y'all can hear me. So how y'all doing on this Sunday, y'all? It's all rainy. It was warm today, but it was like rainy, so a lot of cloudy, no sun. Y'all know I like the sun. Okay, so I ain't had no sun, so it was a cloudy day. So Arshawn, and hey Arshawn is in the house. Let's get through the, announcements. Y'all know the goals are always the same, y'all. Never changing. 5 memberships, and membership is only $2.99 a month, and $80 towards the Kale's Paper Towel Fund. That's via Cashapp at $RedLipstickVibes or PayPal at RedLipstickVibes. And where's my little thingy? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Just in case. There it is. You can even scan the QR code if you like, and it will send you directly to the Cashapp. I know I was watching Angry Man before I came. He was cooking. Okay. Angry Man was cooking. He was cooking really, he was cooking. And I was like, oh my God, it's time for me to do my it's time for me to do my live. I was like, oh man, okay, well, I will have to catch the rest of it on replay. Okay. Again, the link is at the top. If you want to join me so we can get through this lesson. This lesson, it's going to be, I'm going to try not to be up here too long because I don't know. I think maybe it's the changing of the seasons and stuff. I'm kind of tired a little bit. I usually don't sleep a lot, but I didn't sleep all today. I usually take like cat naps, I take cat naps, y'all. I used to take cat naps, but I didn't have a cat nap today, so I'm kind of drained. Okay, I'm not feeling my best. So if anybody want to come up and help me go through this, it would be much appreciated because I'm sleepy. But the crazy thing about it is, I know when I sign off, go downstairs, I'm gonna be wide awake. I'm sleepy now, but I'm gonna be wide awake, and it's crazy. It's like, what? I don't know. The body just does what it wants to do. Okay, and I just need to find a way to be able to sleep like regular people. We're gonna see how that goes. Okay, I don't know. Finding out how to sleep like regular people. So you guys saw the title, right? You guys saw the thumbnail. We're going to talk about I want to say it's like a badge of honor that women wear. And unfortunately, it is all Black women, because I never hear like, Asian women say, I'm a strong Asian woman. You know what I mean? I'm a strong Hispanic woman. Have y'all heard from other people? Because I have not heard from other people. Other races and cultures say, do the I'm strong, independent. It's always the the black women that say this. I don't hear you know, the other races say that. Have y'all heard the other races say that? Because I don't hear it. Now I want, of course, when I'm on the tiki taki, you know, vanillas be doing their little satire, and it's sort of like mocking them, and then they would do it, say it. But in general, I don't hear a lot of other women in other cultures say, I'm a strong, independent woman and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, because if you heard it, please put it in the chat. Shout out to Tio. Hey, Tio. Thank you, Tio, for gifting the memberships. Thank you. Tio gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Tio. We'll play the celebration music later. I want to get through this that's in my mind right now. So, guys, the ones that that's here, how often do you guys hear women say that to you? I know, like in these spaces, on YouTube or on different podcasts, not just on YouTube, but like, radio and stuff like that, when they're talking and women describing themselves, it's become a description point for mainly black women. I'm a strong black woman, or they'll say, I'm a strong, independent black woman, or they'll say, I'm a strong, educated, independent black woman. So they're adding more stuff to it. Okay, they're adding more stuff to it. Shout out to Teddy. Hey, Teddy. Teddy gets sending the $2 super chat. Thank you, Teddy. But so Dr. Seal says he hears it often. Yeah. So it's been more women. They use it as a descriptive. When somebody asks them, "Tell me about yourself. Describe yourself. What kind of woman you are?" They always tend to lead with that. I'm a strong black woman, or I'm a strong, independent black woman. You know what I mean? And I don't think especially the younger generations, I think they're picking it up and saying it, but they really don't know what it means, right? So we're going to get into it, and we're going to discuss why, we're going to talk about the strong, independent black woman versus a woman of strength, okay? Because I want you, especially the ladies, and if any ladies would like to come up, please hit the link is at the top. And any gentleman wants to come up too, because there is a section that we're going to talk about that has a lot to do with the men. And I would love for one of you guys to come up so we can go through it, because it's going to get spicy. So Tio says, other women every blue moon. Yeah. I would say it would be more of the younger generation that would say that. You know what I mean? But it's very rare that you hear an older woman in the other races say, I'm a strong, independent black woman. You know what I mean? So yeah, I agree. There are some great. And shout out to brother and sis at Promote Conscious Parenting gifting membership. Thank you. So so my goal tonight is to talk to the ladies, and to kind of, so since we decentering a whole bunch of stuff out here, okay, I would like for us to decenter that strong, independent black woman thing. I would like us to decenter that, okay? Since we decentering stuff, okay? That's one of the things that need to be decentered. Because what it meant, the meaning that it had back in the day is not the meaning that it has today. Okay? It's not the same meaning. And shout out to all the 10 people in watching. Make sure y'all hit the like button, okay? Again, shout out to brother and sis for the $2 super chat. Tribe activity, Super Sunday. Yes. So, y'all know how I do. I got an icebreaker for y'all. And then I think the brethrens, so I always think about the brothers, okay? I think about you guys when I be doing my Super Sundays, okay? Because, you know, most of the things I be talking to the ladies. So I saw this, right? And I was like, I mean, you know, this dude, he has a point, right? Why am Mouse trying to give out? Mouse, okay, stop playing. He has a point. So I want you to listen to the clip. Now I need some chat participation, especially from the guys. I want you guys to, you know, tell me how y'all feel about this. Okay, y'all ready?
Run to third world countries to find women who are poverty stricken.
The passport bros don't have to go to third world countries to find poverty stricken women. We can do that in the hood, the ghetto. And if it wasn't for food stamps and WIC and Section 8, you'd be living like women in third world countries. And lastly, I don't think it's fair that you can send to third world countries and get these women's hair, and we can't go to third world countries and get the women. That's not.
Oh shit! Where's brother for the? I need some sound effects, brother. Should I play it again? Okay, let me play it again. So this young lady, she's fussing on the tiki-taki, okay, about the passport rules going overseas and getting, you know, their wives or girlfriends or whatever overseas, okay. Let's listen again because I thought it was so entertaining. Okay, I thought it was entertaining because you know I be petty sometimes. Okay, go.
Run to third world countries to find women who are poverty stricken.
The passport bros don't have to go to third world countries to find poverty stricken women. We can do that in the hood.
What y'all think about it? I'm not messing with y'all tonight. What y'all think about that part right there? Poverty stricken. Oh my! I can go right there and to Murphy Homes, Monument Street, Greenmount Avenue, Magnolia. Okay, the 9th ward, 7th ward. If I want to get poverty stricken women, I mean, you know. Okay, let's finish.
The ghetto. And if it wasn't for food stamps and WIC and Section 8, you'd be living like women in third world countries. And lastly,
what do y'all think about what he just said? He said if it wasn't for WIC, Section 8, and food stamps, y'all would be living in poverty stricken. Does he have a point? Does he have a point?
I don't think it's fair that you can send to third world countries and get these women's hair, and we can't go to third world countries and get the women. That's not fair.
Do you? Does he have a point? I mean, what y'all think? Do he have a point? Let me see what y'all saying in the chat because I'm interested to see what y'all saying in the chat. Okay. I mean, okay, we salutations going on. Okay. Windchild said, if it wasn't for, but it is, so there is a difference. Okay. All right, Windchild, I hear you. Sis throwing up the bomb sign. Bingo. Okay. Dr. Steele thinking. Dr. Steele is thinking. Okay. Windchime says, nobody goes there to get bundles. But it's the same darn thing. Okay. What's the difference? That's all I'm going to say. Shipped, go over. It's the same thing. But I digress. Okay. Windchime, are you being cantankerous in the chat tonight? Are you being cantankerous in the chat, Windchime? Okay, look. Obviously, women over there could receive the benefits. It would be the same, but it's not. So, no. Okay. All right, Windchime. Okay. Hustler Master says there are some poverty-stricken women here. Yes, there are a lot of poverty-stricken women in there. Okay. Y'all being mad. Windchime, I'm going to get my switch. Okay. No diss to other groups of women, but being able to buy bundles and having to sell them are different. Who said about selling them, baby? Nobody, even in the clip, say anything about selling them. But okay. I don't think that's what he was talking about. Going to get them and sell them. Dr. Steele says, from looking at the picture of the passport bros, the women they were with seems not to come from poverty-stricken areas. Okay. Mrs. She says, okay, see, I need to get the what's that thing that Fatty be using? That the AI to read this stuff, cause look, don't y'all be writing no paragraphs in the chat, okay? Bring y'all butts up here. That's a fact. Many women in America could care less about the women of other nations who are truly subject to oppression. Damn shame. Shame Sunday. All right. Okay. Bad Windchime is back. Windchime, if the women in the hood can pay for bundles and the shipping is not the same. Windchime, I think you missed the premise of the video, but okay. I know this is brother. Brother says them weeds are affecting. They think, I guess they're thinking they don't even realize they are battling with them good women's spirits, and they looking a mess too. Yes, I need to get the AI reading thing because y'all killing me right now. All right, so says she got her hands in a lot tonight. All right. Okay, so I hear what y'all saying. I hope y'all enjoyed the icebreaker. I hope y'all enjoyed the icebreaker. So hold on one second, guys. I need to. Windchime. Okay, let me read this comment for Windchime. Windchime is my problem child for tonight. Windchime says not looking down on any women and any type of situation, but he is trying to call it the same situation. He needs to understand the difference in situation could possibly make all the difference in the world. I get what you're saying. Windchime says, and how each group of women responds. Okay. So Windchime, Is it wrong for the young lady to say that the women that are in other countries are poverty stricken? And she really doesn't know that, right? But because, she's using a stereotype, maybe, or when she heard that the women are poverty stricken, okay? Is she right from what she said? My chef Shapino is in the house. Hey, chef. So, 175,000 Brazilian chicks are tied up and balded. Chef, I cannot. Chef, what are you? I cannot. Lord have mercy. Y'all are terrible. Y'all are terrible tonight. What is it? Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Okay, let's get off the passport roll and the poverty-stricken women and okay, because y'all acting up. I can't. Y'all being really terrible right now. Okay. Okay. Now listen. This is an assignment for you guys. I want you to think about it. When you hear someone say, I am a strong, independent woman. I'm gonna take black out of it for right now, right? Or you hear a woman say, I'm a strong woman. What do you hear behind that? Can y'all tell me that? What do y'all hear behind the statement, I am a strong woman? Or I am a strong, independent woman? What do you hear behind that? When you hear a woman say that, is it positive? It gives you a positive feeling from her, or is it a negative feeling from her? Let me know. That is the question. What do you hear, or what do you feel when you hear a woman say, I am a strong, independent Black woman? What do you hear? Is it positive or is it negative? What do you hear? What do you hear? Is it something, because I know many times I hear women say that is met with aggression, or is being said to, how can I say it? Put someone in their place, I'm a strong woman, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So what do you guys hear when you hear someone says, I'm a strong woman, or I'm a strong, independent woman? Okay. So I have some stuff I want to show y'all. Okay. So y'all know I got my slides, okay? Y'all know I got my slides. But let me see what the chat says when you hear, I'm a strong, independent woman, right? I want to know what y'all hear. Shout out to Melanin AI. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. And here's a reminder to make sure you guys, hit the Cashapp.
lot of people hit me up for interviews. Y'all gonna have to come out the fucking pockets because I'm not doing shit for free. 3,500 to 10K is my range. Y'all pay Dr. Umar thousands of dollars and get the fuck on there talk. Y'all gonna pay me the same shit. Fuck.
We in the building. Hit the Cashapp, $FDMG school. Hit the Cashapp,
Hit the cash out. I mean, you know. Oh my goodness. Y'all still talking about the Brazilian hair? Y'all answer that question. You guys are in here fussing about Brazilian hair. Y'all need to stop. Chef, wind chime, cut it out. Okay. Melanie said she hears, I don't need a man. Brother, walking oxymoron. Brother says, I hear lies. Melanie said, that's what I hear. Okay, yeah. And sis says, I think sometimes it's a grip on overcoming something and have the sense of success. Yes, we're going to get into that. That's what it's supposed to be now. That's what it's supposed to be. Chef says, I hear weakness. The need to show strength is normally to warn against a threat. Insecurity. Ooh, very good. Okay, Chef. I like that. Brother says, a scared little girl. Okay. All right. Wind chime says, usually if a woman is mentioning whether or not she needs a man, somebody else done brought up the topic. Well, Wind chime, I didn't say anything about needing a man. I said, what do you hear when someone says, I'm a strong, independent Black woman? I didn't say anything about needing a man. What do you hear when you hear that? Got nothing to do with I don't need a man. We're not even talking about that yet. And sis says, I hear victimization to some degree. Marcus is in the house. Hey, Marcus. Thank you for coming through. Okay. Brother says, apples doesn't fall far from the trees. You have to explain that one to me. I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, y'all in here talking about weaves and wigs. What is y'all doing in the chat? Do y'all need a timeout? Oh my God. What is y'all acting up? Oh my God. What is y'all? Jesus Christ. What is you? I can't. Brother in Wind chime and Chef. We are going to stop talking about the week. Behave, y'all. Okay. I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm not trying to be all night by myself. No, come on now. Stop it. Y'all acting up. But I appreciate the, going back for it. Y'all good. Okay. I appreciate it. So, I got my slides. So let's look at the first one. We're going to look at the strong Black woman. Let's see what it says. Okay. Y'all can see that? Yes, I definitely have to get the what is that thing that that AI reading bot? Because Lord Jesus, that's a lot going on. Okay, all right, strong woman. While both, because what we're doing tonight, we are doing a verses. Okay, brother and sister do verses with music. We're gonna do verses between what a strong woman is versus a woman of strength. Okay. There's a big difference between a strong black woman and a woman of strength. So this is what we're going to be talking about tonight, okay? Because I want you guys to decenter. I'm a strong black independent woman. We're going to decenter that since y'all out here decentering everything, okay? While both strong woman and woman of strength describes a woman with significant power and resilience, strong woman is a more common and straightforward expression, while woman of strength can be more formal and poetic, emphasizing deeper and more enduring qualities. See, I'm liking woman of strength already, okay? Overall, modern society has valued and encouraged the development of masculine more than strong feminine, aka woman of strength, energy traits. This has included the dominance of weak masculine energy symptoms in people and cultures, such as overdominance, aggression, or logic without empathy. Strength can manifest as physical prowess, emotional resilience, intelligent capabilities, and inner fortitude. Culturally, we have trained to associate might with masculine energy, and as a result, women often feel that to be feminine is to be passive, not powerful. As a woman, you may have been told you need to be strong to compete in a man's world. How many ladies been told that? In a corporate world, only the strong women get ahead. How many women has been told that? As a woman, you're told you can do anything a man can do. How many women have been told that? You got any feminist activists in the chats? A strong woman, when uninformed, thinks she is being mistreated. And in the end, her physical attributes fail, causing doubt to become seated. The strong black woman, laced in ratchetness, loud, aggressive, and unbecoming behaviors. It is also called the angry black woman in some cases. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about what I just read about the strong woman? When y'all gang banging in the chat? Why is y'all gang banging in the chat? Jeez. What do you guys think? Hey, CBD. What do you guys think about what I just read? Did I miss anything when describing the strong woman? If I did, make sure y'all put it in the chat so I can make sure I add it to the slide. Did I miss anything about the strong woman? Okay. So let us go. Let me see. Let's go over some of the strong black woman stereotypes. No, wait, you know what? Let us watch the video first and then I'll go over my slides. So let me go to the screen. Hey y'all. And let's watch this video. It's going to break down a little bit of where the whole thing with the strong black woman came from. So it's going to give a little history, and then it's going to, evolve into some of the stereotypes that we see today when we hear women. I'm a strong black woman. I'm a strong independent woman. Okay. All right. Here we go.
All my life I heard. Since the late 20th century, the image of black women as unbreakable and almost superhuman has dominated TV and film.
I've been only human my whole life. I want to be something else now. I want to be a warrior.
The strong black woman character type on screen can be identified by some key features. She does not tolerate BS. So when in doubt, shut your mouth.
In her 2011 book, Sister Citizen, Melissa Harris Perry said the strong black woman stereotype was developed to combat tropes like the mammy, the Jezebel, and Sapphire. These are gendered stereotypes. To combat tropes like the mammy, the Jezebel, and Sapphire. These are gendered stereotypes you may recognize. The mammy was born out of a post-Civil War America longing for antebellum days. She's an asexual grandmother type dedicated to fulfilling the needs of a white family, much like Hattie McDaniel's character in Gone with the Wind, who literally was called Mammy. There's the Jezebel, which hypersexualizes black women. It depicts black women as having inappropriate and insatiable sexual appetites, much like you see in many music videos. And then there's Sapphire, which you know more commonly as the angry black woman stereotype. She's loud, emasculating, and verbally abusive, like Gabrielle Union's character Eva in 2003's Delivers from Eva. The superwoman idea was meant to buck stereotypes like those, and now he says it's become a part of black women's subconscious.
No, because you independent, you worrying for you can do it for yourself.
Like, you ain't worrying about, yeah.
I kind of feel attacked because I'm independent. I'm gonna tell you straight up.
You in a relationship?
No, but the thing is, I don't look for a man.
A lot of women claim to be so educated, but still are dumb as a doorknob. And let me explain. We brag in the black community amongst black.
Y'all didn't tell me I was on mute the whole time. Want to shoot? Oh Lord. So, but I was just commenting on the video. I wanted what I said here about the mammy. That's where it came from, and when I stopped it here.
Black women. It depicts black women as having inappropriate.
I was saying that we see a lot of this, the Jezebel, right? The Jezebel trope. And then we have the sapphire, and the sapphire trope is basically the character Eva, loud, aggressive, blah, you know what I'm saying, with the video. So that's what I was saying. I wasn't paying attention to the chat to know that I was on mute, y'all. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, let me play. Let me see.
Sapphire, which you know more commonly as the angry black woman stereotype. She's loud, emasculating, and verbally abusive, like Gabrielle Union's character Eva in 2003's Delivers from Eva. The superwoman idea was meant to buck stereotypes like those. And now he says it's become a part of black women's subconscious.
No, because if you're independent, you weren't for you could do it for yourself.
Like you ain't worrying about
I kind of feel attacked because I'm independent. I'm gonna tell you straight up.
You in a relationship?
No, but the thing is,
Oh, the video wasn't freezing. I was actually talking and I stopped the video. I'm sorry. But I didn't know I was on mute. I'm sorry, guys.
I don't look for a man.
A lot of women claim to be so educated but still are dumb as a doorknob. And let me explain. We brag in the black community amongst black women about how we are the most educated black women in the world. We are the most educated group of women in the world, which is not true.
So here we go. What I was saying about this part, when it says, black women usually brag about their degrees, I'm a PhD, and but they dumb. Okay, but they got all these degrees, but they stupid as hell. I mean, I'm just saying. They lack no common sense whatsoever. And the women that supposedly have all these degrees, they do the dumbest things. I have no, okay, but I'm going to let her explain what she's trying to say. And I totally agree with her.
We are educated for sure, very educated. So we're not going to take away that we are educated women, which is amazing. I'm one of them. My question is, if we're so educated, why don't our actions and behaviors align with that?
That is the question. Chat. Do y'all know? If, we always say black women are the most educated, blah, blah, blah. If we are the most educated women in all the earth, okay. Why aren't our actions as black women as a whole, I'm not talking, I don't want to hear, well, none of my friends act like that. I'm not talking about just your friends, okay? Well, I don't want to hear that. We're talking in general. We're talking about mass, the majority. Y'all the most educated women, but y'all do dumb shit. Y'all do the debauchery more than anybody. But we are the most educated though, right? Let us continue.
Why not? If we have all these degrees, right? All these degrees that we have, but we keep laying down with the wrong men. You keep.
Oh, child, no. Child. I started to put my little soundboard together today, but I got sidetracked, so I forgot to put my little soundboard together. Let me go back and so y'all can hear that for the people in the back. Let's go back just a little bit. Okay.
We have all these degrees, right? All these degrees that we have, but we keep laying down with the wrong men. You keep choosing the wrong men.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Okay, go ahead.
You laying down with a bum, right? But you're so educated. That is a way that we just try to flex. But it hasn't gotten us anywhere, if we're being all the way honest. Where has it really gotten us as a whole, as black women, of us being so educated?
Good question. Question for the chat. Ladies, and all the educated women's, several degree women, PhD women, I'm a lawyer women. I got my certificate women. I got 5-degree women. Answer that question. Answer that question for me, please.
Our lives are not aligning with being such educated women. We're not making intelligent decisions. Our behaviors do not mimic a woman of education, class, dignity.
Chat. Does she have a point? As a whole, as the majority, us as these educated women's, why aren't our lives aligning to all this wonderful education? Shout out to D and Freezer in the house. Hey guys. I mean, I'm just trying to find out. I mean, it's a good question, right? Why are all these educated, all the Black women the most educated, right? But why we do the most debauchery with all our education? Why our lives are not lining up to Black women being the most educated? I mean, she has a point. Let's continue.
And we've seen it too many times. Remember that woman in Florida who decided to stand in front of her school naked to celebrate graduation? Is that what an educated woman would do? No. But we brag about this like it's really saving us, but our behaviors look crazy. Crazy. Meg Thee Stallion is an educated woman, but instead she chooses to come online and twerk her behind on the camera. So again, us being so educated, why isn't it making us make better decisions and look better as women?
Why, if we are the most educated women in all the earth, why aren't we making better decisions as women as a whole? That is the question. I'm on strong, independent women. I need an answer. Let's continue.
For all.
What happens to when the woman tell you, I don't need a man, see? Okay, if you don't, how that's working? How that's working? Who don't need no man? I'm independent. I can do for myself. Yeah, but why do you want to? Yeah, okay, you can drop a transmission. You can sandblast your house. But hell, do you want to? No. If somebody can get out.
I don't mean to harm, but some people are big enough to do that though. But anyway. I digress. My mic is muted.
Drop this transmission for you and sandblast your house. Why don't you go get your nails done? I'm not trying to reduce a woman to nothing else. Be all you can be. But damn, who don't need a man? That's a lie.
So do you think that Black women are too masculine?
To what? I think we're forced to be masculine.
Why y'all forced to be masculine?
Because 9 times out of 10 we by ourselves, so.
Black women in particular need to lay off of that strong thing. That's a trap, because when you say words like strong Black woman, it makes us superhuman, and it makes people think, oh, we can conquer anything, and it's almost like superhuman.
Yeah.
And so you have to be careful with that strong. You want to be strong, but that can't be your label, because that in and of itself will scare a man.
So she has a point as well. You can be a woman of strength, but you don't have to wear that label. And see, I think this is where the problem is coming in. Women are now, they're wearing it as a badge of honor. They're wearing it as this huge scarlet letter on their head, because that's what they lead with when they describing themselves, right? And not knowing that the strong Black woman now has evolved from something positive to something totally different, right? Because now when you hear I'm a strong, independent Black woman, you hear masculine, aggressive, loud, ratchet. That's what you hear when you hear people say that. So let's decenter it, okay? Because yeah. Anyway, let's listen to our sister talk. Here we go.
They did not tell us that all of that, being my own person and I'm independent, putting to separation, loneliness, celibacy, and lesbianism. They didn't tell us that if you give up the man, you're going to take one of these things and it's worse and it will destroy your nation. They made us think that it was some kind of glorified position to brag about the fact that I got my own job, my own credit card, my own car, so I don't need no man. I don't even know how we got that mixed up. Ain't none of that got nothing to do with being with no man. We have some serious relationship problems that nobody has been able to address us on because everybody wants to pretend that this is not going on.
I think people have such a perception of a Black woman being so strong that we're just supposed to take anything thrown at us. And then when we don't, we're weak. Well, no, I'm supposed to get beat down by everybody that comes near me? No, I'll be that beat. I have to stand for me and I have to show other young women that you should not let people take advantage of you, no matter who they are.
I don't mean the true strong Black woman in general is weak, because I am a strong Black woman. I'm talking about the current strong Black woman stereotype, that masculine, Miss Independent, I don't need a man attitude and all. That stereotype is very weak.
Y'all hear what she just said? The revised definition or characteristic of the strong Black woman is weak.
Only is it weak, but it is also the weak link within the Black community. And I'm gonna give
fierce, sassy, vavavoom, finger snapping, neck winding, bootylicious realness, jam-packed with attitude, strong, independent Black woman. That's me, right?
Strong Black woman. We was pumping out this name. Strong Black woman. Strong Black. Yes, I'm a strong Black woman. I don't need no man. Then I got older. And I had a child. And life started happening. And I realized I wasn't this strong Black woman that I kept pumping my fists. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, wow, that's a stereotype. Because to call us strong Black woman is to dehumanize us, actually. Because what it's saying is that, oh, she's strong, she can handle that. Oh, she got raped, oh, but she's strong, look how she came out of that. You know, her kid got killed last night, but that's a strong Black woman. It dehumanizes us, it makes us superhuman. Remember that term tossed around in the White House? And
even talking about that strength of a Black woman and how it's perceived in the public and in the media, that it can easily be turned into, oh, she's angry, or oh, she's loud. How have you dealt with that, and how have you overcome that?
When I left Howard, I was surrounded where I was the only woman in the room, and I knew that if I didn't say things in a certain way, if I didn't express myself in a very gentile way, then people's perception would be that of someone who was being too aggressive. And I'm not the only one who goes through this. I'm sure that there is tons of women who are watching at home who know what it's like to be in a room where people misunderstand your strength.
All right, guys, y'all enjoy. Okay. You enjoy the clip? So now I like the part with what was her name? Her name Amarosa? I forgot it. How the strong Black woman is associated with the angry Black woman, right? And remember when I asked you guys the question, what do you hear when you hear a woman say, I'm a strong Black woman, or I'm a strong Black independent woman? Most time, especially with the men, they hear the angry Black woman, right? So let us look at some of the stereotypes. Here are some of the strong Black woman stereotypes, right? While seemingly positive, it can be harmful to Black women's mental and emotional well-being. Now, here are just a few of the stereotypes that goes along with this strong, quote unquote, strong Black woman. Unrealistic expectations. We hear that a lot. Okay. Talk about that type of unrealistic expectations a lot, on these panels and stuff and podcasts and TV shows talks about it as well, the unrealistic expectations. And what I found was interesting that it has a mental health impact, right? The expectation to be strong can lead to the denial of mental health needs, making it harder for Black women to seek help for conditions like depression, anxiety, and trauma. And not only that, it's also Black women don't really know how to regulate their hormones. Because they're just in denial because, I'm strong, right? So ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm just, I just feel, a little way or whatever, Here's another stereotype, silencing vulnerabilities. The stereotype can create a culture where vulnerability is seen as a weakness, discouraging Black women from expressing their emotions and needs. And that is one thing that a lot of women, especially, I'm a strong, independent woman, they do not like to ask for help because if a man can do it, I can do it too, right? That's what they say. Here's another stereotype. It's rooted in racism. The strong Black woman trope is rooted in the racist stereotype that has historically denied Black women humanity and the impact of systematic oppression. It has an impact on relationships. The pressures to be strong can negatively affect relationships, and we see it all the time with the men, because like I said earlier, men don't hear I'm strong Black woman. They hear I'm angry Black woman. That's what they hear. Okay. that's what they hear. And most quote unquote I'm a strong Black woman are very masculine. They totally neglected their feminine energy. Because they believe that the more masculine they are, the more assertive, the more out there, the more loud, the more what's the word I'm thinking of? Aggressive. One, nobody's going to take advantage of me. Two, I can get ahead. And three, I can prove to everybody that I got this on my own. It perpetuates a cycle of suffering. The expectation of strength can lead to a cycle of suffering where Black women internalize the stereotypes, suppress their emotions, and struggle to seek help, untimely impacting their mental and emotional well-being. And they denies the need for care. The trope can deny Black women the need for care and protection, particularly in their childhood and adolescence, where they are expected to be strong instead of simply being children. So that was some of the stereotypes that we have. And it was a lot of them, child, because, I'm trying to cut down on my slides, y'all. Let me see what y'all doing in the chat, and then we're going to look at the mental health. Okay, y'all just saying. Kimmy, hey, Kimmy. Kimmy's in the house. Y'all just doing salutations in the chat. Okay. So let us view this next video. I'm going to talk about the mental health.
My life I had.
We're going to talk about the mental health effects of the strong Black woman. Here we go.
I'm a strong black woman.
He says the mythology surrounding the black superwoman can be as empowering as it is detrimental. The thought of always being seen as strong and resilient may seem complimentary, but the superwoman ideal has some substantial negative effects on black women's health. It's so impactful that psychiatric nurse Cheryl Giscombe has spent the last 15 years studying the psychological stress and health of black women. She's developed what she calls the black superwoman schema and says there are 5 characteristics of the black superwoman.
One is a perceived obligation to present an image of strength. The second is a perceived obligation to suppress emotions. The third is resistance to vulnerability or dependence on help from others. The fourth is a motivation to succeed despite limited resources. And the fifth is prioritization of caregiving or providing care to others, in contrast to balancing that with self-care.
Giscombe says these factors are very likely impacting black women's health in ways that aren't really being considered or widely researched. She added that the superwoman schema can affect things like sleeping habits, relationships, and even diet. The Center for Disease Control says more than half of African American women older than 20 are obese. African American.
Let's stop right there. Could this be why we got most of our women are overweight? Could this be one of the reasons, guys? Could this be one of the reasons why our strong, independent black women are mostly overweight? I don't know. What y'all think? What do y'all think? I'm just asking the questions. I'm just asking the questions. I need y'all to answer them for me, okay?
Americans also develop high blood pressure more often and at an earlier age than their white and Hispanic counterparts. Even within that troubling statistic, there's even more worry for black women. More of them have high blood pressure than black men. Then there's the effect of network stress. That's when you carry stressors because someone in your circle is experiencing stress.
When we compared directly experienced stress to network stress, we found that for African American women, network stress was just as powerful a contributor to.
Because the sisterhood be trauma bonding. That's why. Okay. The sisterhood hyena collective be getting together, clicking up like Voltron, trauma bonding. What y'all think? I mean, I'm asking questions. I got questions. I'm just saying.
Overall emotional distress, as was personally directly experienced stress.
Giscombe said,
Let me go. What did I just say? What did I just say, y'all? Let me go. Let her tell us again.
Personally directly experienced stress.
Giscombe says those
overall emotional distress, as was powerful contributor to overall emotional distress, as was personally directly experienced stress.
Giscombe
trauma bonding. How many times have we heard conversations and women just flipping out, getting triggered, and talking about the quote unquote Mr. I call it the color purple syndrome. Ain't never had that happen to them. Or they talk about what happened to their grandmama, their mamas, aunts, great grandmamas, as if they went through it. Shout out to the Sisterhood Hyena Collective. Y'all go ahead now with y'all bad stuff. Here we go.
Says those stress levels may help explain black women's morbidity and cancer rates.
Some of the statistics related to morbidity related to breast cancer may be stress related because African American women are not more likely to experience breast cancer, but they're more likely to die of breast cancer, and some of that is related to delayed health seeking.
And then there's something else. Could it be possible this superwoman complex is having an adverse effect on black birth rates in the U.S.?
African American women have twice the rate of low birth weight, preterm delivery, and infant death or infant mortality. And it cannot be completely explained by things such as limited insurance or limited access to health care.
Gascombe says those disparities still exist even among highly educated Black women. She believes.
Even amongst the highly educated Black, I got a PhD. I need to get that something. I got a PhD. Even amongst the highly educated Black woman. Y'all not exempt.
Professionals should consider the Superwoman schema when researching illnesses and prescribing healthcare regimens. She wants more researchers to try and determine the direct links between the Superwoman schema and African American women's health. Both Gascombe and Key say a substantial factor in Black women's health stems from their focus on caregiving. This even plays out in fictional portrayals, like when Olivia Pope was driven to kill and Annalise Keating spiraled into alcoholism.
They're the host, so everyone needs them all the time, whether it be to make decisions, whether it be to fix things, whether it be to clean up messes. They're always the person coming in and being the savior. No one paid attention to the fact that they were suffering in silence until the point of them having a nervous breakdown or turning to alcohol.
He says even while these superwomen are breaking down, they're not allowed to process their own emotions because everyone else is relying on them.
The Superwoman syndrome is that part where often at night and we're suffering in silence because we're never saved. No one is ever caping for us.
This is a lesson that really resonated with her after she became a mother.
My daughter expedited my healing process in a way that nothing else could have ever done. And I believe it caused me to really take a deep evaluation into what did I believe about my womanhood. I didn't want her to associate her life as a Black woman with your ability to endure and withstand a great deal of pain and still be able to say, well, I'm strong enough to get through that.
What do y'all think, guys? What do you think? I mean, it pointed out a lot of the issues, especially the health and mental issues that women are having today. Especially when it comes to the obesity, the high blood pressure, cancer rate, heart attacks, heart disease. So it looks like being a strong Black woman doesn't look too kindly. I don't like that. What do you guys think about that? I mean, it's looking like the strong Black woman is not looking too pleasing. I don't know. So here's the alternative, okay? I like woman of strength more than the whole thing about being a strong Black independent woman. So let us look at the difference between strong Black woman and the woman of strength, okay? Let me get my slide. Here we go. Woman of strength. A woman of strength empowers those around her. She doesn't put others down so she can appear strong in comparison. So if we look at the quote unquote strong Black woman, they're very competitive. So, the strong Black woman would do a lot of things that are not favorable when they are in competition, right? A woman of strength doesn't belittle those around her and smirk at their relative weaknesses. Doesn't that sound a lot like when I did the show on the sisterhood? Y'all remember that list of things I said, the chickadees is doing to each other? So the sisterhood is like, we the strong Black independent women. The sisterhood is those. And so the women of strength are the total opposite of what we said last time, what the sisterhood women do, right? So the sisterhood women belittle each other and they talk about each other and they backstab each other. A woman of strength does not. Which one are you? I just got questions. I'm just asking questions. A woman of strength is authentic in her own knowledge of self and doesn't buy into others' definition of what she should be or how she should behave. She doesn't follow the crowd, you know. Just because you twerking, I ain't gonna do that to you. Okay. A woman of strength knows that it's okay to plunge deep into discovery of self, wisdom, truth, and power. Keyword wisdom. Because we have a lot of educated, strong Black women, but they do not have any wisdom. You could be intelligent. You could be smart. You could be book smart. You know, a lot of people are book smart and Google smart. Okay, and ChatGPT smart. But a woman of strength like myself, I like wisdom. I remember my great grandma Sarah told me, because I was born with gray hair and the veil over my eyes, that I possess great wisdom like King Solomon. So I like being a woman of strength. Yes. You may have, I got a couple degrees and certificates and stuff, but see, I don't wear that on my shoulders. I don't wear that as a badge of honor. Like, I'm a pretty smart cookie. I'm very, very intelligent. I'm very intelligent. Fatty, I need that clip. I'm very intelligent. But to know that I'm very wise is a badge of honor. Because what comes with wisdom comes power. That's a whole nother podcast. We'll talk about that later. A woman of strength doesn't judge and allow herself to feel deeply. Okay, and I don't know about this one, okay? Because we listen and we do judge. Okay, but what? But I talked about this the other time. Look, so go back and watch Obedience is Better Than Sacrifice. Go back and watch We Listen and We Do Judge. Go back and watch this. So do you understand why I say that? Okay. I don't got time to be going through that right now, but y'all get it. The woman of strength competes with an emotional sense of grace. There is nothing wrong with being in competition for something that you want, right? But there is a way that you do it. What happens with the strong Black woman? She takes on a masculine, assertive, aggressive, loud, wretched persona when they're in competition. But a woman of strength knows how to compete, knows how to push forward, knows how to go for that promotion, knows how to maneuver in the workplace and at home with style, class, and grace. That's a woman of strength. She is a woman who is assured in her feminine identity in such a deep and powerful way that she knows she is not equal to a man. That's the mindset of a woman of strength. The strong woman, I am just like a man. We are equal in every way. If he can do it, I can do it. God made me and I can do everything that a man can do. There is no difference between him and I. But a woman of strength understands her feminine power, her feminine identity in such a way that she knows that she's not equal to a man, and she knows how to carry herself in such a way. A woman of strength will compromise as a little give and take is needed. We know how to cooperate. when it comes to, and I hear this from the men, we hear this all the time on these panels and stuff like the strong woman, they're having problems cooperating in relationships. And even taking it outside of relationships, look at even on the job. You have some women that are so quote unquote strong, black, independent women, they have problems collaborating with co-workers because their attitudes are so nasty. I'm just saying. I just got questions. What do you guys think so far? What do you guys think so far about a woman of strength versus the strong black woman? Okay. What do you guys think? CBZ thinking. Okay, he thinking. CBZ it's the overinflated ego being loud and combative part that I can't stand. Yes, a lot of men say that, and even some women say the same thing. And for the High Hina Collective, even y'all Pastor P said this about y'all. She said, the sisterhood is falling. CBZ said no disagreement here. Okay. So here's a little bit of comparison between the strong woman and the woman of strength. Okay. There is a difference. There's a difference of the way that a woman of strength moves and behaves. Okay. I got a clip for y'all. So, shout out to the Godfather. Some years ago, before he passed away, he did a live stream and he said winter is coming. Winter has come for a lot of ladies. Yeah. Winter has come from a lot of ladies. Winter has showed up at the door for a lot of ladies. Yes. Winter is here. Even though it's spring, but you know what I'm saying. Winter is here for a lot of ladies. So what I've noticed is, I put a little compilation together. I want y'all to see this because now, just like Taraji was saying in the clip before, it was all about strong black woman, hear me roar, fist in the air. You can't tell me what to do. The feminist ideologies. I'm educated, blah blah blah, and I got my own money on this and that. That y'all know what they be saying. Okay. But I noticed something. I noticed something, and I want y'all to see what I noticed. I noticed that a lot of the strong women, they tired now.
I don't want to be a strong, independent woman no more. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Y'all women on Al Gore's internet talking about, I don't need a man for nothing. Girl, you in that rose. I don't care. I'm ready for somebody to take care of me.
She said, forget her and your rose. Y'all, I got quit. Ladies, y'all out here rosing and stuff. Y'all out here rosing. Y'all rather have a rose and rabbits and stuff than the real thing. I just want to know because baby, I like the real thing, child. I need some warmth and veins and skin. And I digress. My mic is muted. Okay.
Care of me, and I don't mean financially. Getting your rubbed, watching a movie after a long.
Okay, so she talking facts. Ain't nothing like, look, if you want to put me straight to sleep, child, just start rubbing on your booty, your booty. Me R. Kelly up in here, okay? Y'all got me acting up on a Sunday, y'all messing up. No, look, a Rose can't do that, baby. Okay, I'm just saying. But she talking right. She said she don't want to be no independent woman in it. She don't want to be no strong independent woman. She's realizing her mistake. Let's finish what she said to say.
Okay, top tier. I don't need a man financially, but I want a man physically, spiritually, mentally. I want somebody to take fire.
Can we say that again? See, because you know the ladies, the Hyena Collective, love to throw that up, right? They love to throw the I don't need a man because I got my money, I got my own car, I got my own house, blah, 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 right? But your possessions can't give you the other things that she's mentioning. Let's listen again.
Girl, you in that Rose. I don't care. I'm ready for somebody to take care of me, and I don't mean financially. Getting your rubbed, watching a movie after a long day, top tier. I don't need a man financially, but I want a man physically, spiritually, mentally. I want somebody to take fire photos with, and I can put on my phone and can never show nobody. That's what I want. I want a partner. I want to travel the world with somebody, roast my kids with, build legacy, meal prep every once in a while. I hate meal prepping all the time. Yes, I want to wake my kids up at 5 a.m. with Nerf guns, and I want a man to be hiding behind a closet. So when
See, this right here made me laugh because my dad used to do crazy stuff like that, right? Story time, y'all. You know what we would do to each other sleeping? So, like in the summertime, all the cousins would come, and visit for the summertime, right? And, my dad and my mom would do diabolical stuff to us, like putting cheese and ketchup and stuff on our mouths while we sleeping, and then take a picture. I mean, this crazy stuff that couples do to their children, traumatize them a little bit. That's the fun stuff. I mean, she is talking right. I am on board with her. Okay. I'm on board with her. Look, we're supposed to be having fun together. That's what it's about. But but now they tired, y'all. They tired of being strong, independent, y'all. Okay. They tired now.
think they safe, he do a front flip out of it and shoot them in the back of the legs.
Women shouldn't have to be this strong.
Right.
I don't want to be this strong sometimes.
Check this out. Black women are tired. They're tired of being independent. They tired.
Y'all tired? Ladies, are y'all tired? Are you tired now? Are you realizing that descriptive, that badge of honor that you have been carrying around, that slogan that you have been talking trash to men on, when you get mad at the men, that's what you throw at them. Y'all tired of it now? Y'all tired of it now?
Being looked at as the strongest. They're tired of having to take care of the kids by themselves. They're tired of bearing all the weight. Don't believe the hype that you see on all of these social media networks. Black women are tired, and the reason why I know this because I talk and have conversations with a lot of black women.
Like I'm intimidated often by this statement, strong black woman, because there are times where I don't feel strong because I do feel a deep need to be vulnerable. And when life makes a demand on strength you don't possess, it is strength to say, I don't have it today. Today I only got me. I don't have you. I can't handle anything else. And I'm learning to give myself permission to redefine strength for my daughters and for the women connected to my movement.
All right, real talk, lady. It is cuffing season. You know what that means? That they're thirsty. That They want to snuggle because it's getting colder and darker out, and seasonal depression is happening. Well, I'm here to tell you stay strong because it's not long until the phrase, I'm a strong, independent woman and I don't need a man, is going to flip itself on its head, and you are going to end up in a relationship you absolutely love and is loving, and you're gonna have to say, dang it, Angelica, I told you so.
Tell people all the time, like when they're like, oh, you're so strong. And I'm like, but I have to be. I don't want to be like, I want to be fragile. And people see it as a weak word, but think about it. When something's fragile, you treat it more with.
Pay attention to what she's saying because it's going to go into what we're going to talk about in a few minutes. I don't want to be strong. I want to be fragile. Because when something is fragile, it gets taken care of. Y'all get it? Are y'all getting it? Okay, all right.
Here, you're very careful. You're, like, treat me like I'm fragile because I can break too. And people are so used to me being so strong and so independent that they usually don't check on me. If I do have an issue and I happen to voice it, like, oh, you're fine. Like, they brush me off. Or it's kind of like, Shakira, you always figure it out. But I'm human too. I have feelings too. I feel things very deeply too. So don't treat me like I'm strong because I don't consider that to be a thing of like, oh, that's so great an accomplishment. No.
I don't need a man. I'm a strong, independent woman.
I would never in a million years teach my girls that they have to grow up to be reliant on a man, as you can well imagine. I would never teach my son that he should be attracted.
But Tracy, you're the same one. You're the same one who bragged that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money. Yet you're taking alimony.
God darn it. Well, he just aired her out. Well, don't we see that all the time? You got all these women, we talking, the older one, oh, you be strong and you gotta be strong in the minute. Don't take nothing from a man, don't take a man. And they be sitting back collecting checks from the very man that they talk about. They say he just called her out, baby, on live TV.
I have 3 children.
Okay, Mark.
You know what?
So, but you don't need a man's money.
Right, CBD, check me. Baby, you should have stayed quiet. Okay. You should have just stayed quiet on that one. Lord have mercy. He got on that one, y'all. All right, y'all. Okay. All right. We went over what a strong woman is. Some of the points of a strong woman. Then we went over some of the stereotypes. We watched the stereotype video, right? Mm-hmm. And then we went over what the overall look of what a woman of strength is, right? So it's like the total opposite of what the stereotype now or the image of the strong Black woman is. The woman of strength is the total opposite, right? Okay. Oh, by the way, I need somebody to because the paper towel fund is low, so I need somebody to.
A lot of people hit me up for interviews. Y'all gonna have to come out the fucking pockets because I'm not doing shit for free. 3,500 to 10K is my range. Y'all pay Dr. Umar thousands of dollars to get the fuck on there talk. Y'all gonna pay me the same shit. Fuck.
We in the building. Hit the Cashapp, $FDMG school.
Hit the Cashapp, $RedLipstickVibes. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we talked about the woman of strength. Okay, so it's like the total opposite of the strong woman. Okay. Hey, Quantum. So now it is Sunday. Okay, so I gotta come with the word of God. Okay. So let's look at what the Bible has to say, because we got a lot of Bible thumpers out here. In these streets, they be quoting scriptures, especially when you talk about judging somebody. They want to quote scriptures and stuff. But do you know that the Bible does not recognize a strong woman, but he recognizes a woman of strength? Don't believe me? Let's go. Biblical context, strong woman versus woman of strength. In a biblical context, while strong woman can refer to a woman with physical strength or capabilities, woman of strength, as in, and here is the scripture they love to quote, Proverbs 31. Baby, some of these chickadees know that scripture by heart. Okay. That's why I find it interesting, when people be quoting scriptures stuff, but I'm like, is your life really lining up to these scriptures that y'all be quoting and carrying on? Do you really understand what it's really saying? As in Proverbs 31, verses 10 through 31, emphasize a woman whose strength comes from God, characterized, ding, 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 ding. What did we say when we were talking about the woman of, let me pull it up, just in case for the people in the back. What did it say? A woman of strength knows that it's okay to plunge deep into discovery of self, wisdom, truth, and power. Okay, let's go back to what the Bible says. Characterized by wisdom, faith, and a life of service. Ding, ding. I gotta get my soundboard together. Ding, 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 ding. A life of service. That's the part a lot of women don't want to do. Even in their marriages and relationships, being of service is appalling to these chickadees. There goes the difference between a woman, a strong, independent black woman, and a woman of strength. A woman of strength understands that and trusts in God. Let's go down, because this is one of the a lot of the hyena collective, they like to quote this scripture. I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. Where, ma'am? Where are you? Where, ma'am? The Bible says a woman of strength. Focus on character. The passage in Proverbs describe a woman of strength as one who is virtuous, wise, and diligent. Shout out to all my PhDs, masters, degrees, certificate, Google, GPT graduates. I'm very intelligent, but you're not wise. There's a difference. Godly character. She is characterized by faith, trust in God, and a life of service and compassion. A woman of strength is not just physical. While she may have physical strength, her strength is primarily rooted in her character and relationship with God. Oh, whatever you believe, because some people, I don't believe in God. Whether it's Buddha, Muhammad, Allah, whatever connects you to, aka universe or spirituality. Here's an example. Proverbs 31, 10 to 31 portrays a woman who is a good manager of her household, caring for her family and those in need, and who is respected by her husband and community. Y'all hoes ain't out here respected. People do that. Look, they do not respect you. Y'all not respected out here. in these streets at all. They laughing at the Black woman in Western culture. They talk about y'all like, look, they talk about you like a dog, okay? And I love the saying that Ali and Fatty used to always say, I hear them say, and I hear Engelman say, the good women are standing too close to the hyena collective. Let me say that again. The good women are standing too close to the hyena collective. I'm sounding like Umar Johnson. The good women are standing too close to the hyena collective. Do you understand, in the eyes of nations, other cultures, they don't respect us at all, especially the women, because you strong, independent, and see that strong, independent trope or badge that you wear no longer has a positive meaning. It has a negative meaning. And instead of taking accountability for your foolery, you want to hide behind, I'm a strong, they just talking about me or coming against me because I'm a strong, independent Black woman. No, bitch, that's not what that means. I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm reading the scripture in the card to this. Okay, what's the other word we're supposed to be using in Ramadan? No broads. That is not it. You are not respected. With all of your, we're the most educated women ever, you're not respected. Let's get back to the Bible. So here's some of the traits that, the Bible says, because the Psalms 31, people. Mm-hmm. Key traits is trusting God. And, the one that I love is the wisdom. Mm-hmm. Diligent, compassionate, and respect. I have never seen so many disrespectful, loudmouth, big back, mechanic hands, hyena collective women in my life until I came to YouTube. Just downright disrespectful. But oh baby, you can't tell them they not a Proverbs 31 virtuous woman, baby. Okay. I think not. But I'm just saying, oh, who am I? I'm just a small YouTuber. I don't know nothing. I don't be knowing nothing, y'all. Okay. I don't be knowing nothing. I don't know what I be talking about, y'all. I don't know what I be talking about. Quantum. So I think I got a video for y'all. Hold on. Let me go to videos. Hold on. Matter of fact, let's watch the video. So, well, no. Let's go to this. Let's go back. So here's where I come in with, because I'm like, we gotta tell you how to be feminines. After I fuss at y'all, I always come back and tell you how to fix your stuff, right? Always gotta tell you how to fix stuff. After I fuss, gotta slide it in there, how to fix it, right? So here is where we come in. So, okay, you said, yeah, I like that. I like the part of being called a woman of strength instead of, a strong Black woman. So it's time. How on earth do I do this? So here we go. Did y'all know that you can be a woman of strength or strong woman, but yet still be feminine? Did y'all know that? Because I don't mean to toot my own horn, baby, but I will consider myself a little strong, little chickadee. Yes, yes, yes. I'd rather say woman of strength because, However, I didn't switch out my femininity for masculinity. And there's where the difference lies. Here's where you connect the dots with a woman of strength. A woman of strength knows how to keep her feminine energy. Mm-hmm. So let's get into it. The powerful feminine, yes. Femininity and strength. Feminine energy is often misunderstood. It is not about weakness or dominance, because that's the first thing a lot of people think about. They think about, oh, you're weak, right? That's one of the things people say when you say you're submissive. They say, oh, you're weak, or you're a slave, child. It is wellspring of creativity, intuition, and compassion. Women with strong, let's say that, women with strong feminine energy are often described as nurturing, empathetic, and in tune with their emotions. This energy is a powerful force that can enhance your overall strength and resilience. You don't have to be a bully. You don't have to be masculine. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to talk all over people. You don't have to be disrespectful. You don't have to be cantankerous. Sorry about that. But your feminine energy is a powerful force that it enhances your overall strength and resilience. Being in your feminine means many things, but none of them have to do with you giving up your power, because your femininity is your power. I don't know how many times I got to do a show on that. I don't know how many times I got to tell you chickadees that femininity is your superpower. Shirts coming soon, sis. Yes, you can absolutely be feminine and a strong woman. Yes, you can be feminine and a woman of strength. Femininity and strength are not mutually exclusive, and many women successfully embody both qualities, as I do. Doing what I do on a daily basis, being a mother, being busy in business and in the corporate and mad scientist people, child, look, I can love. You got to have you gotta have some kind of strength and resilience, but I know how to embody both. I don't need to become a chameleon, okay? It's embedded in me. In essence, being a strong woman doesn't require sacrificing sacrificing your femininity and vice versa. You can be both powerful and nurturing, okay? You can be assertive and compassionate, okay? You can be confident and graceful. I think a lot of women don't know how to be graceful. Be graceful in everything you do. Okay. You catch more bees with honey, but that's a whole nother. Okay, We'll talk about that later. Some people call feminine strength soft power. Shout out to the soft power girls. Okay. Because feminine energy is open, positive, and flowing, a stark contrast to the masculine energy, often characterized as hard, fast, and aggressive. How many times have you heard the brethren say, how many, women just hard out here? It's hard out here for a pimp. They just pimping and stuff. What's up, yoing and bruh, Cammy, bruh, and all that. Child. They around here like no limit soldiers. Okay. I need you to put y'all combat boots up. I'm just saying. True strength lies in her ability to embrace her feminine core. And while she may be a high achiever, and while she may be very intelligent, I'm very intelligent, her real strength is in her true femininity and in her character. Are you listening to me? This is a woman of strength we're talking about. It is also essential to know that embracing femininity is not just self-healing, but it's also for the betterment of families, friends, and even the earth as a whole. It is because women by nature are nurturers, caretakers, and connectors. And if they can join their forces, the power of feminine energy could bring about powerful change. There is so much power in you walking in your femininity. Yeah, I can't say it because a lot of women don't even know what being a divine feminine is. But that's a whole nother. We'll do that another time. But y'all get the gist of it. So that whole thing with I'm loud and passionate and ratchet and aggressive is because I'm strong. I gotta be masculine. No, you can be strong and still walk in your feminine energy. So you can stop the lie. You just want to be like that. Okay. You just want to be like that. So let's look at the clip that I have. And then she's going to talk about femininity and strength. Let's listen to what she has to say.
First, I want to say that women as a whole, we are not a monolith. We need to sign our own permission slips and allow ourselves to be whatever kind of woman that we want to be. However, I want to say that it depends on what kind of lifestyle you want, the kind of woman you may want to be. Like if you want to be someone who sort of rests in your masculine energy, you want to be someone who is sort of aggressive and more dominant, you're going to get a more passive man, because if a man wanted.
Okay, let me stop right there. Okay. Y'all heard what she said? For all you masculine, I'm a strong black woman, blah 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 blah. You understand what kind of man you will attract, right? A more passive, simpish, henpecked type of man. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. That's all I can say. Choose wisely.
Who is sort of aggressive and more dominant, you're going to get a more passive man, because if a man wanted to be surrounded with masculine energy, he will either find himself a man himself, or he will find a woman who is extremely masculine to sort of compensate for that energy. I think it's really important if you want to be feminine and you want to rest in your feminine gifts and you want someone who doesn't want you to work or work too hard, or somebody who just wants you to do whatever
you want to do as long as it makes you happy. Somebody who's not interested in how much money you make, or somebody who's not counting your coins, somebody who could care less, who never even factors in your income, because it's a default setting for him that he will take care of you. It's a certain kind of woman gets that.
Ladies, this is going to be the biggest hack that I could ever possibly give you in the history of all the hacks that I've ever said ever on this podcast. If you meet a man and he is in his masculine, do not bring up your income. Do not bring up his income. Because what that's going to do is now a masculine man is looking at you like, what are you checking me for? Are you looking to see what I can do for you? You're going to find out what he can do through the experiences that he provides, through the conversations that you have. You don't have to say, how much money do you actually make? You're going to learn. Are you guys talking about living on a compound, putting your kids in private school, having a personal tutor to travel the world with you? Or are you talking about, I get to take a vacation once a year for 5 days, right? You know, based on the conversation, where that man is at.
Married women aren't independent women.
Speaking from the definition, Anissa, the definition of independent is not bad. The problem is the way that it's projected in society. Speaking from the definition, Anissa, the definition of independent is not bad. The problem is the way that it's projected in society. It's really ego. And there's different kinds of ego. This is the ego where you are in a defense mechanism where you feel like your accolades and achievements are making up for your lack in nurturing feminine character. And that is
Do y'all think, I got questions, that is why they are pushing them, because they're lacking those feminine qualities? They're lacking the nurture, they're lacking the empathy, the ability to care for others, is why they're so gung-ho on their ego is so out of whack, and the independent, the new age independent trope is it's running rapid. Is it because they're no longer, women no longer embody feminine traits? There's a lack of it. It wasn't developed. I don't know. I got questions. That's a good question.
the issue. Even the same thing for women that are like, oh, I cook and I clean. That's not enough. There are intangible things that a feminine woman has that she brings to the table that just sets her apart from other women. I don't ever talk about my income and yet still have amazing options. Why?
Because your bride price is high.
What is that? I think that you've got to get to a place where you can comfortably take care of yourself, because the truth is nobody wants to help someone that can't help themselves. Literally, it might be cute at first. You might be that girl. And a lot of women are out here acting like they bring a lot to the table, acting like I got this great paying job, acting like I have this car, acting like I have this condo, and a man is fronting your entire life.
Ooh, she calling y'all liars out here. God darn it. She is calling y'all liars out here. Y'all lying out here? Y'all out here lying? The whole time? Okay.
or multiple men are fronting life. And so inside of that, I think that it's really important for women to, at first, there's nothing more powerful than a woman that gets to operate from want versus need, but you act like you need.
The more feminine you are, the more masculine you sort of draw out of the man. I'll give an example. Let's just say you are, you're driving along and you blow a tire. Your tire is flat. You're on the side of the road with this flat tire. If you are out there and you got your sleeves all rolled up and you got your, your trunk up and you got the little jack to take the little, I know nothing about cars, but you're trying to take the little bolts off so you can get your tire fixed, and you're out there about to really get at it yourself. You're not going to get men that's going to stop or even slow up or even inquire about, do you need any help? It's because you've already sort of exerted that energy like, I got it. And then you'll also have a woman whose car, has the same exact situation. She has a flat tire and she's out here. She's looking cute. She's not even making an attempt to do it. She's just like standing there. She might be on her phone trying to call someone, but something about her energy is like, okay, well, this woman clearly needs some help. You're going to get more men that are going to slow up. You're going to get more men that are going to stop and are going to try to help her. And it's all about the energy that you exude. The thing about that energy is some women exude a masculine energy and they're not even aware. Sometimes if you are in a male dominated field, or if you're somebody who has excelled when it comes to business, you may have your own business, or you may be somebody who's really into numbers, or somebody who's really business oriented. Sometimes you'll bring that masculine energy to a relationship and you kind of don't really know how to or when to turn it off. Now, all of this that I'm saying does not apply to every woman, and you can kind of take it with a grain of salt. But I did just want to kind of give y'all a little bit of game for a lot of you women who want a certain kind of lifestyle. It takes a certain kind of woman to get it. It's kind of like a lot of women have an idea of the kind of man that they want to marry. Let's just say you want to marry a man and he's 6 foot with a 6-pack making 6 figures. So you want him to be physically fit, but you hate the gym. Okay, well, what are y'all going to be doing together? Or you want him to have his finances together and you want him to do this and that, but your finances are a mess. You have to realize, am I attracting what it is that I say that I want? You know what I'm saying? If you want a man who is spiritual, if you want a man who is Christian, but you're not, like, what would you guys have in common? What would it be about you that would draw him to you if you're not the things that you say that you want? So if you want a very masculine man, the kind of man that won't let you pick up the groceries and all of that, are you the kind of woman that allows for that? Are you the kind of woman that carries herself in a way that men would want to do that? If you don't believe what I'm saying, I want you to do this experiment for yourself. I want you to go out, look in a mess. We'll go you to go out, look at a mess, and I want you to just do normal tasks. Go to the grocery store, go to the gas station, run your errands as normal, hair, look at a mess. And I want you to see if dudes even think about opening the door for you, if you're getting any attention at all. But then I also want you.
That is very true. Because when I hear women saying that chivalry is dead and all that kind of stuff, I don't know what they be talking about. I don't know what they talking about. I have never experienced it. Not, a man being chivalrous. I get doors open all the time, gas pumped, gas paid for. I mean, ma'am, can I? You know what I'm saying? I've never experienced these things that women say today. That men are not chivalrous. I've done, and so I'm like in this video. I mean, she's explaining why they may not be, experiencing that. Hey, Lucky. Hey, baby sis. Baby sis is in the house. I hope you're feeling better, baby girl. I've never experienced, men not being chivalrous. And she's explaining it, in a good way. Because if you're not exuding femininity, men are not really going to be driven to treat you as such. Especially, ladies with y'all resting bitch face. I mean, they probably scared to open the door for you. Think you're gonna bite them off, but I don't know, because most times I'm not even saying a word, But it just boils down to the energy that you exude, Always attracting masculine men. Because I exude a lot of femininity. I mean, it's simple. I don't see why women have such a problem with that. But that's another question for another day. Let us finish, because I am a little tired, y'all.
Do those exact same things all dolled up, and you will see for yourself the difference. The things that men break their necks to do for women who they feel are super feminine, it will blow your mind. I've been out.
She is not, like I just said, she is not lying. And it's not just from like people that it's like total strangers. She's not lying. She's absolutely telling the truth.
That, especially when it comes to Black women, the narrative surrounding Black women has been the same for so long, and that is strong Black woman. We're always told that we're a strong Black woman. You don't hear strong in front of any other race of women. You don't hear strong Latino women. You don't hear strong Asian women. You don't hear strong Mexican women. And I'm not saying those women aren't strong, but why, out of all the characteristics that you can use?
See, and that's what I said in the beginning of the show. You do not hear other races say that only was the Black.
Describe a Black woman. Why does it always have to be strong? I know we have had to be in the past, and sometimes we still have to be. But we can also be tender and soft. We can be whatever it is that we want to be. Like I said, the main point of this video is to kind of get you guys to sign your own permission slip and be whatever kind of woman that you want to be. But just realize that the kind of woman that you choose to be will attract a certain kind of man. So many. First, I want to say
the woman that you choose to be loud and cantankerous and out of pocket and disrespectful and a whole hyena out here in these streets. Well, ma'am, you gonna get a passive scent beta type of man, henpicked, as my daddy would say, type of man. You would be wearing the pants in this house, baby. Okay. Even if you pretend to be feminine, honey. Okay. I'm just saying. You just gonna attract that type of man. CBZ, what you saying? CBZ says, would you believe me if I told you there are women out there who will get offended? Yes. That's that strong, independent craziness. I don't know for me. I don't know myself. It's just crazy. CBZ. Just crazy, CBZ. You don't me. Just be doing the most. Just ratchetly just doing the most. So what y'all think about the strength, the femininity and strength? And how, like she said, be all that you can be if you want to be like that, but just know what you are going to attract. Okay. Just know, sorry, my son is just cracking up in the background. What you want to attract. Okay. Now, let's go back to the image. Hold on. Let's get back to powerful feminine, okay? I want to go through this real quick. Because, I like to give out, solutions, right? I give out solutions to the ladies. I don't just want to fuss at you. I want to give out some solutions, right? So here are some solutions how you can build strength while staying true to your feminine nature. Okay? Here are some ways to capitalize on that. Defining your strengths. It is essential to create your own definition and rather than conforming to societal expectations. So we're going to decenter strong, independent Black woman. Okay, how about let's do that? Okay. Decenter that. Y'all decentering everything else. Decenter that. Okay. Balancing assertiveness with kindness. You can be firm and direct without being harsh, loud, cantankerous, and in some cases, just a bitch. Okay. It's about communicating your needs respectfully. Setting boundaries, protecting your energy and time is crucial. Learn when to say no without guilt. Building self-confidence. Believe in your abilities and worth. Celebrate your accomplishments, big and small. Self-care. Nurturing relationships. Strong relationships are essential for well-being. Here's some more things you can do to build your strength and while keeping your feminine frame, right? Balancing work life. Creating harmonious blends of your professional and personal life. Effective time management and setting boundaries can help. Dressing for strength and femininity. You do not have to be out here looking like a no-limit soldier. Okay. And you don't have to be out here looking like a whore. Okay. There is a balance. I think I need to do a show on how to be, how to dress sexy and classy at the same time. I need to do a show on it. Because women nowadays they kind of got it confused. A lot of women don't know how to be classy yet sensual without showing all your goodies. Okay. Not leaving nothing to the imagination. Like a lot of y'all be doing. I digress. Embracing vulnerability. Dismissing societal expectations. Don't let societal norms dictate your worth. Focus on building a life that aligns with your values and goals. Handling criticism and negative feedback. Develop resilience and learn to let go of negativity. Focus on constructive criticism and what, people in the back? Take accountability. Develop your emotional intelligence, understanding and managing emotions, as well as recognizing and responding to emotions of others is crucial and healthy in relationships, whether it be romantic or friendships or business. Okay? Here are some more ways that you can build your strength and stay in tune with your feminine nature. Speak in a soft tone.
We do not want to hear you be talking like this all the goddamn time. Because if a man wanted to deal with the man, he would get with a man, okay?
I'm sleepy, y'all. Be sounding like you smoking on Newports all day. Speaking in a softer tone does not mean changing your voice. It means speaking softly, but emphasize the words you want to convey. You can get your point across without yelling, screaming, and being rude, right? Being creative. Yes, creativity will open you up to being more feminine. Being feminine and creative goes hand in hand. Kindness matters. Being kind is an asset that draws people closer to you and empowers them to do better and improve themselves. Strength and resilience. Strong feminine women are not afraid to stand up for themselves and pursue their goals. Self-awareness and confidence, having a strong sense of self-worth and know their capabilities. Balance and harmony, we said that one already. Strive for balance between their feminine and masculine energies, because sometimes, like it said in one of the clips, I heard one of the ladies say, because when I'm at work, I am a little bit assertive, like, well, I might be on them Zooms, baby, I got to tell them, like, look, okay, but you have to know when to turn it off. Because you can't be yet stern and still be feminine, right? Because I never, like, when I have to make my point across, I never get to the point where I'm just like out of pocket, disrespectful and loud and ratchet and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So there's a way to be assertive in a emotionally intelligent way. Okay. Compassionate, a deep sense of care and concern for others, motivating acts of kindness and service. There's that word again, service. Develop your emotional intelligence. We talk about that already. Collaboration, compromise. Being gentle. While being gentle does not mean that you are a walkover or doormat. One of the most common feminine traits is that you're able to be soft and gentle when needed. Respectful. Show respect when it is due because they demand it for themselves. If you demand respect, you have to show or give respect. Nurturing, the ability to provide comfort, support, and care to others is a vulnerable asset in any relationship. And that means family, friends, marriage, whatever, right? And learn how to listen to your intuition, trusting your gut feeling and inner wisdom. There's that word again. Women of strength. Women of strength, we are supposed to have not just we're the most educated women and whatever they be saying, but we embody wisdom, baby. Okay. Can lead to better decision making and strong relationships. Okay. So here are a few ways to be strong, ladies, but yet embody your femininity. Keeping your feminine frame, keeping your femininity as well as being a woman of strength. Y'all know I wasn't going to leave y'all without giving y'all some way of improving yourself. I got one more clip, y'all. I got one more clip, and then we done. I saw something. And I wish I had. So, guys, I'm going to need y'all in the chat because I saw something. We're going to talk about the strong Black women and their plight against men and the community. This clip is going to talk about the effects of the strong Black woman, the strong Black independent woman, on the effects on men and how men see them, and the effects on the community. And then we're going to be out of here. Listen to this.
Claims that Black men have been tarnishing the image of Black women over the past 10 years.
So the hyena collector has been out here saying that it has been the Black men out here tarnishing the woman's image. Child, I beg to differ. Y'all doing a good job by yourselves. Okay. Have you watched TV lately? Oh, I know. My friends ain't like that. Nobody in my family act like that. None of my friends act like that. I know. No, it's like Uncle Rick said, it's never nobody on the goddamn panel. But y'all out here saying that it's the man that is tarnishing y'all image? It's the man? What about the men's that's tarnishing our image? What y'all think, Chad? Because I don't know about that. Hey, GP. I don't know. think the women is doing it. That's just like how they say, oh, the men is sexualizing. Baby, y'all sexualizing yourself. It ain't the men. Y'all doing it. Okay, let me. Okay, see, I'm gonna start preaching. Okay, I'm gonna hit the play button. Go ahead.
Anybody with a fraction of a brain cell knows that that is a joke. Black men on YouTube have simply been shining light on how black women have been tarnishing their own image. And they have been pleading to black women to stop tarnishing their image. Because in truth, as black women tarnish their own image, they tarnish the overall image of the black race to a certain extent. When black men articulate how black women tarnish their image in various ways, this makes black women feel uncomfortable. You cannot be a concerned counterpart, because when you see them on the wrong path, they don't want you to bring it to their attention. They don't want you to say anything about it at all. The only time it's allowed that somebody points out the dysfunction of another is when it is they themselves pointing out black male dysfunction.
She want to be able to go to the soccer games. She want to not have to be the sole leader and sole provider of her family. She want to support the man who God gave her to be with. She want to be a helpmeet. The thing is, she's been placed in this position where she's had to lead. She's had to step up to the plate and become something that she really didn't want to be in the first place. She want to support her man. She want to nurture her kids. She want to nurture her husband while pursuing things that she's passionate about. That's it. It's that simple. The thing is, she just can't find a suitable leader that she trusts to come in and relieve her of these responsibilities so that she can finally get some rest.
How much more proof and evidence do you need to understand that this claim of being strong is nonsense?
She's not built for a weak man. She gets her own money, speaks her mind, and if she needs to, she could change a tire and cut her own grass. She won't even break a nail. She doesn't have a bad temper, but she does have a quick reaction to nonsense. She can be a handful, but that's why you have two hands.
One of the major differences between black men and black women is that black men have never had a problem admitting to the things that they do wrong. Whenever the topic comes up of dealing with problems in the black community, black men are the first ones to say that black men need to stop doing this and stop doing that. Black men need to instead do this and that. Black men are the first ones to talk about how they need to treat black women better, be better fathers, and so forth. But when black women open their mouths to speak on this issue of problems in the black community, the first and only thing they want to talk about is how black men need to do this and do that and stop doing this and stop doing that. You never hear them say that black women themselves need to stop doing this and that, because their main concern is not about the improvement of the community. Their main concern is avoiding having to confront their own dysfunctions because they are full of fear. This is not the behavior of a strong group of people. This is the behavior of a weak people.
Peace, family. So I know a lot of you are probably already livid from the title of this video alone, so let me explain. I don't mean the true strong black woman in general is weak, because I am a strong black woman. I'm talking about the current strong black woman stereotype, that masculine, Miss Independent, I don't need a man attitude and all. That stereotype is very weak, and not only is it weak, but it is also the weak link within the black community, and I'm gonna give a few reasons why I say that. In my last video, I gave several statistics on the fatherless home. So women that advocate for fatherless homes because they are masculine and because they are strong black women that don't need men, they have a very negative and detrimental and counterproductive effect on the black community, on children in general. And not only that, but I did a whole series on different ways that black women, overly masculine black women, emasculate black men and how they castrate black men by making them feel like they have no value, making them feel like they're not needed at all. And not only do they emasculate and castrate black men, but a lot of brothers feel like because of this attitude and this mentality that strong black woman stereotype has, they feel like they don't even want to deal with the sister at all anymore. They just rather not deal with black women, right? And so when you think about children and relationships with the black men, that makes up the black family. So this strong black woman stereotype is very counterproductive to the black family.
What do y'all think about that? It is very counterproductive towards the structure of the family. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Is she talking right? Is she talking right? Sis says very. And I like the part because even at the end of his video, he said that it's weak. And she's even explaining why she's saying that it's weak. When they say, you know, I'm strong, but no, you're the notion of what, how you present yourself and how you are acting in society, in the community, is not strength, it's weakness. That's what she's trying to say. It's weakness. You're literally destroying the fabric of our community and families. Do y'all agree? Let me know if I'm wrong. You know, I don't mind. I welcome, you know, other opinions. So the whole I'm a strong black independent woman, whatever, is not a woman of strength. It's a woman of weakness. And fear. Oh, that's a whole nother. Something just dropped into my mind, y'all. This is gonna be a long week, because you know, y'all know how I get. I get tunnel vision. I start researching stuff and doing slides. Here we go.
Structure. Not only that, but these types of women who operate from the masculine are also very competitive, because competitiveness is a masculine trait. And they always feel like they have to compete with other sisters, and they have less sisterly bonds. So it's also very counterproductive to sisterhood. So sisterhood and the black family structure are just two.
Well, what did I say the last show? What did I say the last show? It's counterproductive to the sister because y'all are tearing each other down. Okay. The sisterhood is falling apart. Y'all be backstabbing each other and all kind of stuff. Because you're in competition. Because you're a strong woman, right? You're going to do whatever, say whatever, doing whatever to get what you want. And it doesn't matter if it's a part of your hyena collective. So, child. Shout out to New Culture Empire. Thank you for being here, darling. He said he understands. Okay. All right, let's see. Let us finish.
There's so many other ways, but it's just two ways that this current strong black woman stereotype is a weak link within the black community. And
is the strong woman stereotype the current strong woman stereotype? We're not talking about the one, you know, back in the day, because that meant It means two different things from what it is now. Do you guys believe it is one of the missing links or weak link in the fabric of the community? And community is not just outward community, but even in your home, in your families, in your church communities. I mean, I just got questions.
The I'm an independent, strong black woman, I don't need no man narrative is a scam. Here's why. Society has conditioned us to believe that we don't need anybody, we don't need any support, and we can do it all on our own. What a lot of us has accepted as normal is really not normal. Households were created to be two adults and children. The price points that the world is set in now requires two incomes. That's why you're working two jobs. And if we are not working two jobs, we have told ourselves that we have to go back to school, get higher education so we can make more money, which is a necessity. But wouldn't it be better if you had a whole team member helping you along? Because what ends up happening is, yes, love, your career is great. Yes, I am so proud of you for getting your doctorate. I am so proud of you for buying the house. No, I do not believe that women should wait to progress in life until they have a man. That's not what I'm saying. But we are so guarded and we are protecting ourselves so heavily away from every man that we miss on a good man. We automatically assume that all black men are out to get us. And the more you think something, the more you believe something, and the more you see something. So we cut off all men who are not making at least six figures. We tell our baby daddies we don't need them because you're not.
I mean, isn't that what they be saying? I know y'all be watching what's that look, that show, the Kendra Drees and the Ashley Dalton show and Pop the Balloon, baby. They pass up if you don't got what is the thing? 666. If you don't have 666, baby, they'll look because what do they say? I'm a strong, independent woman. I got my own car. I make my own six figures. I got my own house. All that. I got. So he has to have that too, or more, or triple. The one child talking about a man need to be a millionaire. I said, Lord have mercy, this poor baby. And you work at McDonald's. Oh God. Okay. Anyway, I'm just saying. I detect no lies what she's saying right now. I'm just saying.
To pay us substantial child support, so my kids don't need you, and we don't realize that our black.
How many times have we heard? All they want is the check, but they alienate the fathers from the children. All they want is the money. They alienate the fathers from the children. They don't need you, Dad, for emotional and mental support and physical support. No, all they need is your money, sir. This is what they say, because you know they strong independence. You know they doing it on their own. Your kids don't need you. Your sons don't need you to teach them how to be men, because I'm a strong, independent woman. I can teach him myself. This is what they think. This is how they behave. Let us continue.
And offer so much more than just their financial provision. They offer protection. They offer guidance. They offer leadership. They offer a masculine energy that absolutely depletes you when you have to provide that. You are created to be feminine. You are created to be the nurturer. You were created to be soft and loving. And we are having to play both roles because we are not allowing any man in out of fear that we're going to get the wrong men. And I understand our concern, but the I'm an independent, strong black woman, I don't need no man narrative is keeping us working way later in life than what we're supposed to. It is keeping us away from the black men who want to protect us and keep us safe. It is keeping us away from the black men that would go to the moon and back to make sure that we're happy and healthy, make sure our children are happy and healthy. It is taking away the example of manhood that our sons need and the example.
Didn't I just say that? Girl, look, we on one accord, sis. Go ahead and preach.
How a man is supposed to love a woman that our daughters need. And it is taking away the opportunity for us to rest. That's why our mothers struggled.
She's preaching right now, but okay. Let me go back just a little bit. I just need to hear say that one more time.
Would go to the moon and back to make sure that we're happy and healthy, make sure our children are happy and healthy. It is taking away the example of manhood that our sons need and the example of how a man is supposed to love a woman that our daughters need. And it is taking away the opportunity for us to rest. That's why our mother struggled for 60 years and now she is exhausted and she's beat down. We deserve so much more.
Ladies, you deserve. Look, I am calling for decentering the strong black independent woman label. Okay. Since y'all out here decentering stuff, decenter that. Okay. Decenter that. Decenter that. Decenter that. Okay. I mean, look. I mean, look, guys. Look, y'all. I mean, it is what it is. So that's what I got today, y'all. Okay. Nothing big. I just wanted to show the difference between the strong woman versus the woman of strength, aka powerful feminine. I just want to show you guys that you can be a woman of strength, aka strong woman, but you can also bask in your feminine energy. You do not have to embody masculine traits just to quote unquote be resilient. Okay, you don't have to do that. Hey, hold on. Let me get you up here. Hold on. Can you say something so I'll make sure you hear? Okay, here we go. I was about to sign on up too. I can let you say your little piece before I go.
Got you. I got
All
you.
right,
How
guys.
you doing?
What's
I
going
don't know. I don't
on?
know why I ain't got no picture. I guess I gotta set up the picture and stuff.
Yeah, that's
Shit like
you
that.
fine.
I don't know. Yeah, so I mean, normally not any of this stuff will be a no-brainer. I'm trying to figure out why is the natural nature dynamics between men and women, why does it have to be so psychoanalyzed? It's it's something hard to do. Like everything that those women said, it should be like a no-brainer. I'm trying to figure out where did this I mean, you know what? I probably won't even be able to answer where did it start from. We can go all the way back, but it's just
Yeah, pretty much. You
like
probably go back all the way back.
right. So it was like it's no point. But
Yeah.
the problem that I see is I think today the nature of men is trying to be changed and rewired to
Mhm.
suit
The women.
yeah, like we men we don't think like women.
Right.
It's like you're trying to get us to think like women. Prime example. So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
The corporate women in the world, and I have no problem with them. I do business with women that are in corporate America. I'm in groups and meetings with women in corporate America, and from the highest levels in banking. And one thing that I always notice during our meetings and stuff like that, that they tend to be headstrong.
Yes.
Like they tend to be very like headstrong and
You're right.
you know
That's one of the
it's
characteristics for the strong black woman. That's one of
right. It's like some type of I'm just my observation. It seems like they gotta let us know that they're just as smart as us. You know what I'm
the
saying? It's like they
yeah.
gotta let us know that they can. It's like
I got 3 degrees, and they gotta put it in your face. I know what you mean.
right. It's like we don't care. It's like we're trying to get things done. Like okay, good
Yeah.
for you. So one thing I noticed that the primal dating for men, even way back when I was a teenager, we never went up to a woman and said, "Hey, do you have a PhD? Do you have a master's degree?" "No, I don't. I'm on burgers and fries at McDonald's." "All right, never mind, man. I ain't dating you." Like
Exactly.
we're like, it's always starts with the physical attraction. Like this is something that's not going to change. We always start with the physical attraction,
Right.
and then in the course, if we are in a relationship, you got those degrees and those the knowledge and education, and that can benefit us.
Right.
That's perfect. But what I don't understand is we never ever cared about how much money you made, the fact that you could pay your own bills. I don't think you need any recognition from that. I thought it was just called be
And
an adult. I thought adults do that.
I don't understand why that is such like it's supposed to be celebrated. Like
Right. I mean, you're supposed to. You're a functioning adult. Like what else you supposed to get from that?
right.
And it's like we gotta recognize that, and then you know, ladies, y'all don't spend money on us like that.
Right. A lot of women
Most of the time, y'all don't. Like, there's no direct benefit from us by laying off all these qualifications
hmm
and as like we should take that into consideration. I've never like I don't see, and no disrespect, I don't want to disrespect your panel, but I don't see men who's hopping out of a Lambo that's hopping out with someone that's like 225 pounds. No disrespect. I'm just saying I never
It's no
see it.
disrespect, child. I'm 130.
You, you, you see what I'm saying? And I never seen that. Like,
or something.
we don't care how much money you make. You could be the manager at McDonald's. You could work sanitation at McDonald's. A man that's making money up there, he may more liable to date her than to
Right.
date the woman that's on his socio-economic level. I mean, it is like we have to change. It's like we have to take things into consideration, in which
For me, I I don't think men should change. I think what it is, okay, so just like you said, women are so headstrong and they are very rebellious and selfish, right?
Mhm.
It's all about them and they are trying just like when when Fatty would do the ladies first show, right?
Oh yes.
And every time he asks them, what kind of man you want or whatever, they're describing another hoe, another female.
Yep.
They
They
do not
do.
describing a man. They're describing another woman. They want a girlfriend. They don't want a man.
Right. They want someone that's gonna make them always feel good. The one that's gonna do all the things, because uh being a actual male, and particularly an alpha male, is
Mm.
kind of frowned upon. We can't be honest with you. They don't want us to be honest with them like that. We can't be totally honest, just honest enough so it won't hurt their feelings, things like that. And I just feel like they just want a doormat. They want a doormat. They want a man that's always going to say yes, going to pay all the bills. You want a partnership until it comes down to paying the bills. Then you want the traditional man to stay in that role. Yeah, you want your all independence, no shame, no judgment, all freedom, open borders, all subjective. Everything's all subjective. Everything always depends, and it's the same thing over and over and over again. But let me ask you a question, though. I do have a question for you. So let's say a woman and a man, they get together, they have a child. For whatever reasons, he ends up leaving. She's raising a child on her own. Okay. Now, typically, especially in these spaces, the man will have to get the credit for that. He will have to take the blame for that. Like, okay, it's on him. Okay, cool. The question is, what if that relationship actually worked out? Who gets the credit? Because you notice that, you see what I'm saying?
Woman does.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
Of course, the woman gets the credit. That's just like with athletes and stuff, you know. And so,
right,
you know, all right.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Forget about daddy.
right. So you get the credit when it works.
Right, exactly.
You don't share in the liabilities when it don't work. You see what I'm saying? So it's like this,
Only
you know.
when the child is doing good, mom gets the credit for the child doing good. But then when the child
Yes.
is being bad, it's like, oh, it's the dad's fault because he ain't it. But ma'am, you had him 24/7, so it is your fault too.
So that's the part that I'm trying to figure out. If the dad is nowhere around, who's to blame? Like, let's
The
say, man,
she's to blame. If the dad is nowhere around, how can you blame him? Because you the one raising the little joker. Okay, he is going back. He is doing exactly what you allow him to do. And because he does not have a man in it, no lack of discipline. Okay, lack of respect.
yep,
Okay,
emotionally, highly over, like can't control their emotions.
right. So it's like you depending on the situation of with the father leaving, because nowadays a lot of these chickadees are just getting pregnant and they just want the baby anyway. You know, and
Yeah,
then when times get hard, and then they want to talk about, oh, I need to find out who the father is, and then a lot of them don't even know who the daddy is because they've been a fool and they got. But that's a whole nother story. But you get what I'm saying.
oh yeah,
So,
yeah. Oh, we ain't gonna bring up more.
but then you how can you blame the? Because it's like I remember maybe 2 years ago when a boy did a robbery or something like that, and the mama was on the news. And he's like 18, 19 years old, right? And she blamed the dad for not being, it's because his father wasn't in his life. That's why he's doing it. But ma'am, you had him the whole time. You're not going to take no responsibility the way he turned out?
Realistic accountability is kryptonite.
Oh, yeah, we
Accountability,
talk about this all the time over here.
man, I swear to God, accountability is, I mean, there is just none. And that's the point I was making the other night. I guess when I see the landscape of these spaces, and I'm not, you know, I know a lot of things come from experiences and their own past dealings. But when you're sitting here displaying the same behaviors of the people you're complaining about, it's just like, yo, I
That's
mean, what, like, you're displaying the same behaviors. Like, what are we?
right now.
I'm like, man, like it. I just, and we laughing all right now, but to be honest with you, it's kind of really sad how far we have fallen as a man in unit, because there's nothing more better than a black man and a black woman in a loving, healthy relationship raising their kids. Like, it is that is one of it's the strong family unit. And instead of coming together and try to bridge that gap and bring it back together, most people just want the war to continue because it gives somebody to blame. It's a crutch. It's like, this is the reason why I act like this because of this. This is the reason why I act like this because of this, because of them. Look at them. And here's one thing that I will never understand about these spaces. Why is the focus so much? And maybe you can answer this. I'm still relatively new. Why is the focus so much about what's going on the internet? Like, what is the infatuation with that?
What's going on the internet?
Yeah, because they tell about okay,
You
so it's like what they say, the manosphere men. So basically, from what I understand is people are taking people are taking uh feel some type of way about what the red pill space is saying about women. Like, most people despise it.
Okay.
And with the red, and I haven't been in too many of them spaces. I don't know too much, but my thing is, if you are talking about these men, I mean, I guess you don't desire them, you don't want to be with them anyway. My
Mhm.
thing is, why are you so hyper focused on those men instead of being focused on the men that you want, being the best, being the best you can be to attract the man you want, instead of sitting there pointing the finger at men who, from what I see, are just pointing out what's actually happening. That's what I see.
That's easy. That's easy. That's easy because most of these women, and shout out to AM because he like literally before I started my show, he was just saying it. Most, and I think I said this a couple of times too. Most times, women they want the men that don't want them.
They want the men that don't
That
want
want,
them.
and so then they
Ah.
trash the men that want them. You get what I'm saying? So
So it's
it's
kind of like this is all you have.
uh-huh.
Ah. Makes perfectly good sense now.
And what
You
makes it so bad, and I'm gonna do a show on it too. A lot of times, the men that they want or looking at, they don't even qualify for at all. Not in the smallest way. They think just like we're talking about the strong woman.
Yes, ma'am.
They think it's because I have a degree, I have my own job, I got a car, I got my own house, blah blah, taking my kids. Men ain't think about that, but
No.
men are visual. Ma'am, you don't
Yes.
even qualify with your face.
Yeah.
You
A
don't even
lot.
qualify with
Yeah.
your body, but yet, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, so that's where the anger come from. That's where the resentment. Okay, I see it because I noticed that a
tell me,
lot of people that have the most to say
who are you to
always
tell
got avatars.
me? Who are you to tell me that I'm not a 10? Okay. Who is you to tell me that I'm not a 10?
Ah, but
Turn, feel like you are taking shots at them, or but like you downing me, you're judging me. In turn, when men are pointing out things, and that's in the I don't know if you saw the beginning of that clip. That's what the beginning of the clip was saying. How the women are now coming against men, saying that men have been belittling them and downing them for 10 years. No, you've been doing it yourself.
yeah,
You have been presenting yourself this way, and you getting mad because men and a few women, like myself and Miss, she said we were pointing it out. You get mad with us and say we judging and all this kind of stuff. We self righteous and all of us stuff. We mammies and pygmies and all that kind of stuff they be calling us. You know what I'm saying? And talking trash about the men or whatever. But you are the one that presented these behaviors. All we doing is showing you.
realistic. I don't think you are a pick me. I don't get the vibes that you just doing this for content. I'm there because I associate and I know a lot of women who shares the same viewpoints that you share. But a lot of women that share the same viewpoints that you share, they're more happy in their everyday lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They know how to engage with men, and men naturally is attracted to them. They ain't got to be just sexually, but they
Right.
vibe with them. But the ones that don't know how to be in that feminine essence, they kind of look at y'all like, oh, you just shouted it. Oh, you going against the grain. What, they want you to be angry too? They want you to be mad? They want you to be angry? Like what's
Exactly. And that's the crazy thing about it is because that's the point that I just went over being, the counter to being a strong, independent black woman is being a woman of strength or a powerful feminine. You can be a strong woman, but you still yet can be feminine. You
that's a
still
fact.
out of your
That's a
identity. And so, I mean, just like sis said, she just got called fake. That's what
Right,
she
that's what I'm saying. Fake for what?
got
Fake
called
what is she being fake for? Fake for what? Oh my god.
here's the thing, and I think because of that, only people that frequent my page or whatever will understand, you know, why I feel the way I do when it comes to men is because I'm a daddy's girl. My father raised me,
Oh my
and I
gosh, you hit it on the point. Oh my gosh, you hit it. You
so
hit it.
It's like what Miss She said. She has a multitude of brothers, and she was raised around men. So we
Yes,
understand a lot more than a lot of these women do.
that's a fact.
So that's why we lean towards a lot of the things what the men are saying, and we understand it. Like I don't get mad when Ali goes off on a tangent and the way he's saying things, because I'll be like, child, he sound like my daddy. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. No, when you saying that,
Samuel
oh
came.
my gosh.
Kevin, my dad loved to Kevin Samuel. He was like, that boy telling the truth, because
No, that's a fact.
it didn't
That's
get over me. The tone policing and don't say it this way. And I was like, I can't relate to none of y'all hoes on here, because y'all just crazy. I can't.
That's not, but that you no, you're absolutely right, and that makes sense. Because when I first met my wife, I used to notice that she wasn't never really a part of the sisterhood. She never like trashed men, and I. So when I mean, I was like, oh yeah, I was raised with my father. My father, but I see why that makes sense. So a lot of women who are raised with their fathers around. I mean, I can't. Everything is not 100%, but I've noticed that their outlook on men is totally different versus women who were raised in a house with all women and no men around.
Right. That's
No, that's I'm saying that's with no men around, all women, because because with a
but here's the kicker. Now I'm really about to mess you up right now.
go ahead.
You have some that were raised with a daddy, but a daddy was a simp. Or
There you go.
he was very passive,
That's
because
the kicker.
just like on the clip that we just played before, I don't know if you saw that one. The mama was very masculine.
Yep.
She attracted a very passive man,
Yep.
so she ran the household still. So the daughter really didn't get a chance to see what real manhood is, because the mama was the man, even though the man was there.
That's a fact too. That's an absolute fact too. That's an absolute fact too.
Great Pill, you about to be in timeout. He said
No,
red do spells, and Miss She said make the ingredients.
mm-mm.
You need to stop.
That's you do have that. I mean, you definitely do have that. But if the I always look back at when we talk about this. I'm a 10. I'm a queen. Which there's nothing wrong with thinking highly of yourself. I don't think anyone should walk around thinking so low of their self, lack of confidence, lack of self-esteem. You don't exuberate any of that. I think you are very comfortable in who you are, what you are, and very confident in who you are.
But
But the
that comes from my daddy validated me. I don't need nobody else to validate me.
you see what I'm saying? So that's that self-awareness, that's that love from the dad, that's that, and that carries on from childhood. But when we get to the 10, I'm a 10 no matter what.
Yeah, that's delusion. Okay, that is
Right. I'm a 10, but I got an avatar because pretty, beautiful, and gorgeous women, they never have a problem coming up. I mean,
it's
they just
delusion.
never have a problem.
It's delusion, and it's one of the reasons why they hang out with the sisterhood trauma bonding together. Okay, because what happens is it don't even be the men telling them there. See, only the opposite can tell you where you are,
That was my
but
next point.
allow the women to tell them where they are. Girl, you look good, and not understanding, like I did on the show last time, talking about the sisterhood, not understanding that them hoes are setting you up for failure because they lying to you. They not
Right.
they are lying to you. They're not telling you the truth. And they are setting you up because whatever that you're trying to pursue, they're trying to pursue too, and they're in competition. So they're going to do and say whatever they need to do in order to get ahead of you. And you're not even realizing you think you're in sisterhood, but you're not.
And
Sisterhood.
there's the difference right there because I'm trying to figure out, ladies, if you're trying to be with a certain caliber of men, why would you be taking advice and listening to what the men say instead of listening to what the men that you want say? Like, why would you listening to them? They can't get you that man. You should be taking advice from the men that you want. And if we're going to sit here and call ourselves tens all day and they say, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, the only way that is true In reality, not in your own mind, not in because of these self-help books, not because Steve Harvey did, none of that. The only way that you are actually 10, if you want to put yourself way up there, the outcomes and the results are going to really show if that. You cannot be a 10 and you don't have a king or someone up there trying to wife you up. As a matter of fact, you wouldn't even be single if you was a 10. Somebody would have snatched you up.
Exactly.
So it's the pride and ego, Miss Red Lipstick Vibes. The
Here
pride and ego is running rampant.
is, and here's the other thing is when you know when you get to, oh, you a male worshiper, pick me, hater, pick all that dumb stuff, right? And I say like this: if you wanted to learn how to play football, who do you go see?
Pretty much. You go to the foot. You don't go
If
to the play basketball,
right,
NBA,
if you wanted to learn how to drive, you go to driving wood.
driving school,
If you want to learn how to cook, you go to
cooking
kitchen.
school.
So if you want to understand a man and you want a man, why does it not compute to you that you need to listen to men to understand them, understand what they want, understand what they need? It is asinine to me why they don't think of it that way.
Well, I the reason is you got see. Here's the thing. From what I see,
Mhm.
it's it. You said it earlier.
Mhm.
The men that they really want, they know they just can't be. Oh, what do you bring? I'm just me.
They don't
Like,
listen to me either. They don't
right.
want to at all. They don't want to listen to nobody telling them the truth, and it goes back to accountability. And see, here's the thing. Whenever there you have to put that mirror up to your face and you realize that you was ugly. I'm not even talking about on the physical level, but when you
I got
put
you.
that mirror up to your face and understand that you are ugly on the inside,
Mm-mm-mm.
that's a hard pill to swallow.
Yes.
That is a hard they can't take it. And so then they get offended and they get mad and they want to project their feelings and emotions and
That's when the insults start and things like that.
all start and then that's when they start acting out and that's when they start doing the sign language and all that other stuff you know
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about that though. Okay, so you just said, well, that's when they start doing that. Okay. So is that putting them in position to get the outcomes they want? Because the way I see it is, all I see is just a bunch of men do this, men do that. But we never really sit back and really ever talk about what are the outcomes that you want. Do you even want to be married? Do you even want to be with a man? That's, you see what I'm saying? Because I'm like, the way they talk, it seems like they don't want to be with men. They don't want to be with a man.
so here's the thing it's not that they want they want the idea of a man in marriage.
I got you.
They want the idea of it but not the reality of it.
Oh, I got you. I
Handle
got you.
the reality of it. They like the idea. They like the fact that I can get a rock. They like the fact that I might get that house with a pretty island in the kitchen. I,
Yeah.
they like the idea of it, but the actual person, because 9 times out of 10, these hoes don't even like these niggas. Okay, I'm just
Yes.
they don't even
Yes.
like them. They only like what that man can provide for them. They
Okay.
they love. What can you do for me? What do you bring to? Oh, I'm bringing myself. That's their answer. I'm bringing me. They don't. They only want what that man can provide. It's got nothing to do with that man at all. It's
So I'm bringing me translation is I don't have enough self-awareness to really know what I could bring to the table because I never ever was taught or ever thought about what I had to bring to this relationship to keep the man I want. I thought it was only supposed to be what he's supposed to do to keep me.
nope, Thomas. They know they don't have anything.
There we go.
They know they don't have anything, so they pretend.
There we go.
They project. That's why every time when the women say and like we said in the beginning, when they start to describe themselves, they start
Yes.
with their education, they start with their money, they start with their
Yep.
cars, they start all
Everything that a man is supposed to be,
that they
leading
don't
with.
give a hoot nanny about. That's what they start. That's how they describe themselves.
There we go. And
And
okay,
they
so
care. They
and
do not care. As long as that man can provide something for them and give them what they need, they will stay. But as soon as whatever the provision or whatever is cut off, trust me, they're gonna pack them and leave because there's no reciprocity, there is no balance, there is no compassion. Like I said in the beginning, the strong black independent woman lacks nurture, she lacks compassion, she lacks empathy. He lacks all these things, so this is why they get on the bench.
and so they should be happy with their outcomes then. Because this is, I mean, what they're putting out and projecting out, they're getting it back in its equivalent form. So where's the complaining at? You're getting it exactly what you want. Men to complain about, you still don't have a man, you still have dogs that you come home to. Valentine's Day, you got to set up a meeting with the ladies. You're not going on a wedding anniversary. You're not going on a couple's cruise. Everything is just singular, independent, strong, do everything by myself. They should be happy right now. I thought this is what they wanted. They don't want a man. They don't want to be married. They don't want none of that. All they want is the idea. They're not getting it, and they don't care because they going to work. So they should be happy. What's wrong? What's the problem now?
See, here it is. In the video before, they tired now. They
Hey,
they tired now, baby. Like, look, I played a whole clip where they hollering out that they don't want to be independent no more. They don't want to be
they tired now, ain't they?
they,
Jobs getting cut, shit getting, yeah. They tired now, ain't they?
so now,
They tired now. Got to come to the negotiation table.
they're trying to change it up
Uh-huh. Yeah. And that, but you know what? I'm telling you, that's exactly, you better get in line. You better get in line. Cause I'm gonna tell you like this. The men ain't gonna change. We not acquiescing, especially the men who's out there being productive and stuff. We not kissing ass. We not coming down where we at. We not doing it. We are not doing it. We are not doing it. And if you're not gonna get on our page, get on our program, you can find the community D from your neighborhood. He's gonna put a baby in you. Relation, you going the baby, you going you by the time the baby come, you ain't even gonna be together no more. Cause I've seen that too many times. Breaking up while you're pregnant, shit ain't working out, and you's going and this cycle is going to continue. And men who are productive and men should not be shamed to put up with this or accept this. Men should not be shamed for not accepting it. I'm not accepting it. I'm not policing another man. I'm not going to the red pill space and say, hey, you need to say nice things to ladies on the internet. I don't give a shit about none of that because it ain't none of my business. So, with that being said, I just want to come up and chat with you for a second. Thank you, thank you so much for letting me in. Send me an email too, thomaslegacy603@gmail.
I got the because I got to send you the because I want to get the information on that stuff you were talking.
Yes.
That's on my to do list. You got to give me
Yeah,
meat.
I got you. I got you. Take care of your business. We here. We here. Take care of your business. We here. And congrats. I love your channel. I'll be back more if you allow me. And
Most
I
definitely.
definitely love the content and Red Lipstick Vibes. You keep shining. Don't let know what you doing right now. If you ain't already got one, you are right in the mix. Or where you right in the mix. You are right in the mix. Don't let them try to gaslight you, shame you, try to say, oh, you just saying that. Oh, you a pick me. Oh, none of ladies, if y'all on this channel, they want you to be miserable like them.
Yeah.
Don't fall for the trap.
Child, I don't pay them. I don't look, child. You get used to me.
I get
I don't even.
there.
Look, I do. Look, I be talking. Look, trash. I be talking so much trash.
There you go. I love it.
I like Patty Red, okay? Because I don't be caring.
I love it. I love it. I love you, Lipstick Vibes.
Bad boy, y'all.
Pieces and blessings, baby girl. Yes, ma'am.
Have a good
Yes,
night.
yes, ma'am.
Get me clues out. All right, guys. Thank you guys for thanks to Thomas for coming up and hanging out with me at the end. Let me see. What'd you say, sis? Okay. Yes, indeed. And the same lady. Yes, indeed. Just for that, sis, I got something for you. Here you go. Oh, no, not that one. Where is it? Oh, no. Where is my... Oh.
Shame.
Hood booger, hood booger,
Shame.
Hood booger,
Shame, shame,
goodbye.
shame, shame, shame,
Hood booger,
shame,
hood booger, hood booger, goodbye. Hood booger,
Third round.
hood booger, hood booger, goodbye.
Shame.
That's my sister theme song. Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, this one, look. Thomas came in and asked some questions, and look, he just reiterated everything I was saying. So I call that divine intervention. So I must have been talking right. I must have been saying something right up here. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for tonight. I don't have anything for tomorrow. I was going to do Tribe X, but I think we're going to switch it over to another day. Because I'm tired, y'all. I need a cat nap. And see, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to get off here and I'm going to finally eat something, right? And I'm thinking I'm going to go to sleep. But see, here's the thing. I will go to sleep about, let's say, like 11:30, 12 o'clock. And then I will wake back up like maybe 2 o'clock. with energy like I drunk a Red Bull in my sleep. Okay, so my little brain just be doing all kinds of stuff. But I'm gonna try to take a cat nap. Okay, I'm gonna try to take a cat nap because I didn't take any cat naps today. So I think that's why I'm kind of a little tired, because I didn't do no cat naps. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. I need some sun. Okay, I'm tired of this cloudy and gloomy and cold stuff. I need sun. Because I'm a sun baby. Let's do the super chats and stuff so we can get out of here. Shout out to Tio. Oh God, and make sure y'all hit the Cashapp before we go, because it's all the blessing. Let me go. Okay. Shout out to Tio, who gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Tio. And shout out to Teddy Sophisticated Grizzly for the $2 super chat. Then Tio came back with another $2 super chat. Then Promote Conscious Parenting, the Tribe Vibe, gifted 1 membership. Then Brother and Sis came back with a $2 super chat, Tribe Activity. And Melanie AI came in with a $5 super chat. Thank you for everybody that donated via PayPal and super chat. And here you go.
Getting to the money. Everybody mad. I got all this money on my motherfucking mind. Diamonds in my dial, I can't even see the time. All I know is blood, Crips, Pyro. Everybody mad.
I love that. I love that one. That was so cool. I have something I want to leave y'all with before we do the outro. I want y'all just listen to this this poem that I found. And it's about woman of strength, a strong woman versus a woman of strength. Let's take a listen. Let's take a listen to it before we get out of here. If y'all don't mind, we could just take a little listen.
Always doing whatever it takes to finish seeking only first place. The woman of strength competes with an emotional sense of grace, understanding it's more important to run a Holy Spirit-filled race. A strong woman has faith that for the journey she'll have enough, no matter how uneven the terrain or roads being rocky and rough. A woman of strength knows it's in the journey she will become strong, and the love of God is forever with her, no matter how difficult or long. A strong woman, when uninformed, thinks that she is being mistreated. In the end, her physical attributes fail, causing doubt to become seated. A woman of strength will compromise as a little give and take is needed. Why? Because a lesson not learned the first time is soon to be repeated. Ladies, start every day on your knees with supplication and prayer. Trust and believe that God will always get you from here to there. And should your giant steps seem to be moving only inch by inch, the journey is not a strong woman, but a woman of strength.
All right, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed that, and I hope that you have learned something from tonight, especially the ladies. You do not have to be this strong, independent, assertive, loud, aggressive, cantankerous, out of order, ratchet woman to be able to maneuver in the world. You can be a woman of strength. You can be a powerful feminine. You can still maneuver and get ahead in the world and go after the things you want. You can still guide and lead in conversations and debates and all those things, but you still can walk and embody your femininity as well. You do not have to put that to the side. So just know that being a woman of strength or a powerful feminine is so much better than being a strong, independent Black woman. Okay? So, having said that, you guys be blessed. I'm about to take me a cat nap. And y'all know what I'm about to do. Bye.
As soon as the show over, he do like this. Well, I'm ready to go. Watch me do it again. Tell them I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. We already know that we the coldest. Watch me heat it up, let me focus. I'm going toe to toe with foes. I know they notice. I kick in doors, they only hope for closing. Why? Cause they know I go again and go again. And when they get it right, I'm the one that can make it flow again. Talk to me nice, my team they ready to go again. Running into us, we'll gladly send you home again. Yo, we don't talk, better know the grind gon' match my walk. I'm a cheat code, I don't take no loss. Making no sense, run up the scope. Cause all I do is win. And I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell them I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look,